Welcome back to another episode of The Perspective. I am your host, Brooklyn 80s, and I got another good show here for you guys today. We're going to be breaking down the championship game on Sunday, and we're going to go over the final four games that just ended. Technical difficulties, man. I'm learning this YouTube thing, man. It's YouTube can't keep ending my stream. Don't end my stream, YouTube. Nah, but we back. Mo3, what's going on, my brother?
Chilling. Hey, yo, YouTube is back up because I don't see it.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh yeah. It just came up. All right.
Yeah, it should be. That particular stream is done, but we should be good.
Yeah. I know. I went back to your main page and I've been like waiting for the live to
refreshing
pop
it.
Back up.
Yeah, but like I said, man, they sent me something like I challenged it, and then they sent me something saying, "Nah, you good." So I don't know. So I guess I just gotta wait for that again because I just did the same thing I did a couple days ago.
Yeah. When I went back, because I didn't go straight back to your page, I used the back button and it went back to the stream, and it said the stream was terminated for use of third-party audio or video.
Yeah, that's what happened. But we back. I apologize to everybody who might have been watching that might catch this on the playback. I apologize, man. I'm learning this YouTube thing. There's certain things I can't do. You would think that if you talk sports, you could play highlights while you talk about them, but nah.
You can. You're supposed to be able to. I don't know why it did that to you. Especially when you don't have no. If you had sound playing, then
exactly. If I had sound, so that's what I was thinking. So that's why I thought I was good this time. I would have never did it again if I thought even without sound it was gonna be a problem.
Nah, because if it was a problem, you would have still had that strike. They wouldn't have so quickly said, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not using that site no more. I'll tell you that.
What's up with Mikachu?
She back. She here?
Oh,
Mika, what's up, Mika?
You.
She literally, while you was talking, she literally just popped in here. That's why. Yeah,
well, I still can't see nothing. I just see Uconn and
Oh yeah. No, I do this. I learned this from KSAP. Sometimes you gotta learn the text of the trade. So like when you start the stream, so like they'll show this. Like when people let's just say we done tomorrow, they'll show this. So this helps people like click on it. You know what I mean? Seeing opposed to seeing my face. They'll see this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just trying to, learn. I'm learning from the old man. I see the old man doing this, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually you just, then you just take it off and then we on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, no highlights, man. We can we could do what we just did, run through it real quick, run through the games. Don't gotta be no order. I started off, like I said, with South Carolina. South Carolina had a rough first quarter. They had a rough first quarter, and but then they picked it up after that. Like you said, Mo3. Once Madison got in foul trouble, she got three unfortunate fouls. Like it was. Once she got in foul trouble, the game kind of shifted a little bit, but also South Carolina raised their intensity a little bit as well. And they started knocking down shots. They started playing South Carolina basketball. And then once the bench came in, that's what really shifted it too. As usual, once South Carolina bench came in and Joyce Edwards started doing what she was doing, she kind of shifted the game a little bit, got a little point forward game. So I like her game. You know what I'm saying? What was you guys' thoughts on South Carolina and Texas?
Mm, yeah, like you said, once Madison Booker got into foul trouble, it was, it took the air out of the balloon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ain't know how to recover properly from that. They had some good production from sorry, I don't know their names.
Yeah, you can say their number. You can say the numbers. All good.
I think it was number 12 or 18 when she started shooting them threes. That kind of helped.
My advice to you though, in the future,
she's a freshman.
On your phone, just pull up like the ESPN stats or whatever. That'll help you out.
But I'm talking to you on my phone, so that's where it's kind of.
Got you. It's still difficult.
I tried the iPad. The iPad moved slow. Then I tried the laptop. All of this.
Got you. I got you.
Not fast enough. But yeah, they tried to do a couple of mid range, but then Tahina Pow started shooting threes. She's not known for consistently shooting them threes, but once she starts feeling it's contagious.
Yeah.
So they got that energy that they needed, and Texas couldn't recover.
Yeah, basically. What you got, Mo3?
Yeah, same thing. That's the same way I saw the game. It just first quarter, after the first quarter, and Madison Booker picked up them 3 fouls, man, and it was a wrap. It just was getting from bad to worse. They're slowly going downhill until like midway through the third, they just blew it open.
Yeah. But it was a competitive game. I give him that because game 2. Yeah, UCLA, it was unwatchable for me. You know what I mean? That was kind of surprising too, because I did think UConn was gonna win. I think, matter of fact, did you say this on the last broadcast, Mo? I think you said it was gonna be a blowout. Did you say that?
Yes, because the game went exactly how I said it was gonna go. and at the end, they asked Gino what his game plan was, and he said the same thing that I said. We're just gonna play Lauren Beth straight up and let her get whatever she get. If she get whatever she get, oh well. But we just gonna shut everybody else down. And that's exactly how the game went. Lauren Beth, she had like almost 30 points, like 27, but the rest of the team nothing. And what did I say about Barker? How Strong was gonna have Barker looking worse than she had Kiki looking.
Mm-hmm.
It was a terrible game for Barker.
Kiki be surprising me though. Like, not surprising me. I'm gonna say, I think what I'm trying to say is, the more and more I watch it, the less.
I'm not talking about that Kiki. I'm talking about Arafin.
You're talking about Arafin.
Yeah, because remember I was saying how the way Sarah Strong did Kiki, Arafin, she's gonna do even worse to Barker. And that's what she did.
Yeah, absolutely. But the more and more I see Kiki race though, the more and more, I don't know, bro. She just look. I'm confused about her game, bro. I'm confused on what she do well. When I was watching this game, I kept saying, this is where you attack at. Like, remember they was pressuring them in the backcourt, and Lauren Betts pass at the ball, and she be pushing the ball up court, and she wouldn't attack. And I'm like, yo, you supposed to be like, the word on you is that you this finishing guard. You this finishing, you're supposed to be able to, that's your strength, is finishing. And she just kept pulling the ball out, and then they kept trying to force the ball into Lauren, even though there was no pass there. And they kept turning the ball over. I don't know, man. That game was weird.
That's what I thought they was gonna have trouble with. UConn's guards' defense. Their defense is so good. I think they have the best. It's not even close. They have the best defensive guards on their team as a team. and they play excellent one-on-one defense and team defense. Like they'll set you up like one person to reach for the ball while the other person waits for your reaction.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they have a lot. If you watch the game, there was a lot of steals they got like that, turnovers they caused like that. One person forcing you to do something else while the other person is waiting on that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just the guards, the defense, UConn guards, the defense. It was just gonna apply too much pressure, and I don't. They're not ready for that. They haven't seen that all season, and this shit is crazy because nobody in the NCAA women's side play defense like UConn play defense. They rely mostly on their guards. Their guards is like, yo, we know we ain't got the best big men in the league or big woman in the league, so we ain't even gonna put that earnest on you. They ain't not gonna pass us.
Yo, Gino was getting mad at Alfie, boy, because when she pick up fouls, he was getting pissed.
Yeah, because she's really the only. Well, because for some reason he lost confidence in Brady. I guess Brady let him down too much time. He's like, hold up, man, you big for nothing, man. Sit your ass on the bench. Because Brady was the starter. And he's like, nah, you ain't starting no more, Alfie. Come on, get your ass up in there. And once he put her in there, she been doing good. So he's like, man, I can't have my best big man in foul trouble. And that's her one problem I see, that she tends to get and pick up some silly fouls. Like, what are you doing?
Gino was getting pissed on that sideline.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Mika?
I mean, it was horrible to see that's supposed to be your main event and it go down like that. You know what I mean? I definitely knew that UConn was gonna win, but I thought it would at least be competitive. They UCLA got smacked
early too. Like, it wasn't even like, I thought they was gonna fight back at some point. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm more upset with the UCLA coach than I am with these players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? She was talking all that smack. She was being all spicy, talking about how everybody disrespected her team, and your team shit the bed. What the fuck?
Yeah, it definitely did. Okay, Mo.
It's not only that. Yeah, she got out coached too, because Gino did a smart thing. They did try to fight back. They went on a little run, and you know what Gino did? He said, "All right, guess what?
Play small ball.
Sarah Strong, go to the 5."
Mm-hmm.
And then Sarah Strong started killing them. Why? Because Lauren Betts refused to pass the free throw line. She not coming past the free throw line. So Strong was just out there eating wide open threes all day. Like, Lauren Betts, it was like a couple plays I just seen Lauren Betts just sagging off by the free throw line. I'm like, oh man, like, what's going? Like, it's crazy, man. I'm like, oh man. Then that brought the lead back up. That brought the lead, and then from there they didn't look back. That brought the lead up to like 17, and then that was it.
Nobody on UCLA team had any heart to be like, you know what I mean? You know how you play and you play in the park or whatever, you getting your ass buzzed, and you let any player on that one team that's just shooting lights out just get free space, you getting sat on the bench. That's how I felt. I'm like, yo, would y'all even fight back? Show some fucking heart. Y'all just gonna lay down and take it? The fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Lauren Betts had the nerve to be crying on the bench. Come
on,
man. You showed up offensively, but you wasn't playing no defense. You didn't want to go out there and guard Strong, because she knows she go out there Strong just gonna cross up and take it to the hole. But I rather you get 2 points than 3 points. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been this bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're giving away an extra point.
I ain't want to see it from her or Kiki. I think that's her name.
Kiki blew 2 wide open layups. Like she made good moves to the hoop and was under the basket by herself and missed both of them. I was like, what?
It's when she shot that second air ball. I was like, yeah, it's over for them. They don't got no fight left.
What's you guys' thoughts on the championship game on Sunday? How you think it's gonna go?
I still think UConn is gonna win. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm hoping it's gonna be a nail biter, but I do want UConn to win, even though.
I mean, you got.
Fuck it. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I really don't care. I'm just hoping that it's a close game. That's it.
I mean, you got 2 storylines. You got Dawn repeating, right, and then you have Paige Beckers having her storybook ending to her college career. So either way, it's gonna be a good story.
Yeah.
I think the better story is Paige though, because remember,
of course,
when Paige was that was a freshman year or her sophomore year.
Freshman.
I don't remember.
I think it was her freshman year.
She played South Carolina in the championship game, and they lost. And they lost. Yeah. It was like a good spanking too. They lost by like 20 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this could be like a revenge game for them. You know what I'm saying? Just a better story. Yeah. And that was Gino's first loss in the finals. He was 11-0 before then.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was 11-0 before in championship games before then. That she gave him his only loss. So I feel like
I think he lost to Tennessee one time.
No. UConn is 11. Listen, I'm a UConn fan. I'm telling you, he's 11-1.
I know you're a UConn fan, but nah.
All right. Since you don't believe me, Google is your best
I'm
friend.
Googling it right now.
Yeah, hold on, while y'all do that, let me get to this comment real quick. T. Carmela says, "We back at the A-Mall or HVL going to Chicago? Chicago not picking any." Chicago not picking any of those players. Jeff says 6-1 and up. I hear you, T. Saying on business, T.
Jeff be lying, bro.
I'm with you. I'm like, why they keep putting Georgia A-Mall there? But I'm gonna get to that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get to it now before I get to the rest of your comments. This is how I feel about Georgia A-Mall or Chicago picking up a point guard. Let me say that at 10. Under 6 foot point guard. This might be listen. It's so many people that I be thinking that we should go get, but my last mind set on this, and it's only because of what you guys are talking about right now. Actually, UConn players in the WNBA and South Carolina players in the WNBA seem to be like the way to go, right? It seemed like you get you a Don player or a Gino player. So right now in the draft, if we end up with Tahina Pow at 10, that's a shooting guard, right? And we see that she could fill a need for us. She could give us some scoring, some depth off the bench. So Tahina Pow at 10, and we could get either a Georgia A-Mall, which she'll probably be gone, but maybe we talked about it yesterday, Mo. Maybe a Helly Van Lift at 16 because that's Angel's girl and they like each other. And, Helly Van Lift did turn it around. She did turn it around. So, I'm giving her that credit. We know she played bad a year ago, but this year she turned it around. So a Helly Van Lift at 16. And then we could get a Bree Hall at 22. I don't know if that's I think that might be a good draft. We get a point guard, a shooting guard, and a small forward. 2 of them are coached by Dawn Staley, so we know we're getting quality players. And the other player is somebody who played on an Olympic team 3-on-3 and showed that she could play in big moments and knock down big shots. Could learn from one of the best point guards ever. I don't know, y'all. I'm T. Carmela. I might be bugging. You might be sucking your teeth at me right now, T. Carmela. But I don't know if that's a bad trade. What you guys think on the? We'll get to y'all debate, and then we could talk about that. Let me finish these comments first. Uconn, T. Carmella says Uconn got it. Page leaving with a chip. Okay. They lost by 15 points in 2022. Nah, he never lost to Tennessee. He lost to South Carolina in 2022. Mode 3 is right.
Yeah, listen, man. When I'm a fan of something,
you know. Yeah, Mode 3 knows his history.
I'm not gonna say something with that type of like. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that I'm iffy about, I might say, you know what? I'm not too sure. Let me go. But that right there, I know for sure. That was the first thought. That was the first loss. I was like, oh man.
So what you guys?
And that's crazy to think that he won 11 championships with 0 L's. That was crazy.
Yeah, nah, that's the greatest of all time stat right there. He's in the same. I mean, he probably the greatest of all time in college, right? But other greats, he probably in the same conversation with Krzyzewski, right? He probably in the same conversation with Phil Jackson. You know what I mean? George Popovich. You know, Gino. You know what I mean? That's the you get great coaches right there. Oh, and then on the women's side, you got Pat Summitt.
Pat Summitt won 8.
Yeah, you got Pat Summitt, and then you got what's her name? Tyra Vanderveer, something like that. Vanda, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she's a good coach, but she hasn't won that much.
Oh, okay. I didn't know her name is important to people, so I thought. You know.
In college, I would put Kim Mulkey 3 because Kim Mulkey has I don't want to say never because never is infinite, but she has yet to have a losing season.
Okay.
And she won the third amount most championships, and she has never lost a NCAA championship. She's never gotten to the championship game
and lost. They showed the stat Don too. They said Don 3-0. So if she lose them on Sunday, it'd be her first time making it there. But what y'all thought about that draft? Mika, put your Chicago Sky hat on real quick. Mo 3, I'm pretty sure you a Chicago Sky fan, right, Mo? Yes. No.
I'm an Angel Reese fan, and because she plays with the Sky, I'm rolling with the Sky.
Got you.
But so if tomorrow I wake up,
so then we the same. I'm a Chicago Sky fan because of Angel Reese.
Whatever team they send it to, they could make a new team in Idaho, and said when Angel is playing over there, that's who I'm gonna be repping. The Idaho Angel Reeses.
Yo, salute to my brothers, man. Simply ball dropping and steady serving. Salute. But what's your thoughts on that draft I just said? We end up with a Tahina Pow at 10. We end up with a Haley Van Lith at 16, and then we end up with a Bree Hall at 22. For Chicago, think about the roster we have. So we got Vandersloot, we got can't think of the girl, Ariel Atkins, right? Angel, Camilla, we got Kia Nurse, we got Rebecca Allen, right? So think about adding a Tahina Pow, a Bree Hall, and a Haley Van Lith to that. What's you guys' thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Mika.
I don't know. I can see the Haley Van Lith on there, but that's only because of the backup. But
yeah, learning from Vandersloot.
It sounds good, but I don't see the other. Well, only person I don't see is Tahina Pow. But they need another point guard. That's all they need. Especially back up when Vandersloot played like Dog shit. Because sometimes she, her game. Well, when she comfortable, her game is definitely like I would guess up there with the Chelsea Gray, but when she not feeling it, she really does.
Say that last part again.
When she not feeling it, she really can't.
I can't hear you. Keep going. Low. You said when she not feeling it, something. But I don't even know who you talking about. You said when who's not feeling it? Helly Van Lith?
What happened? You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now. It's just that you was fading out, so I couldn't really understand what you were saying.
My phone was literally 2 inches away from my mouth. That's why I'm like, how can you still
I do not like Serena Sundell, Brian. She overhyped. But the reason why I said those people, and then my mind changes every day. I be thinking different people. But the reason why I said those people is Brooklyn, your background music is flooding her out. All right, I don't think it's the music, but I cut it off. Though. There we go. The reason why I said those people though is because obviously we got to get a point guard at some point. Vandersloot is old, so you want to get a young backup, somebody that could preferably learn from her. Right. Helly Van Lith might fall to us in one of those areas. So I think she'd be a good fit. And plus she could score. She got a relationship with Angel. So okay, I could see the fit. Bree Hall, we needed a good small forward. And right now we got a bunch of small forward question marks. So Bree Hall will be a safety net, right? You like I said, you got a Dawn Staley player who knows how to win. Plus, you got a relationship with Camilla, so now you got two players, one with a relationship with Angel, one got a relationship with Camilla. And then I was just saying Tahina Pow because maybe we could get her at 10. She might be available. She might not be available at 10. But I'm like, maybe she'll fall to 10. And that's somebody that we could get off the bench to, be another scorer. And then in a couple years, those might be our starters, right? Because Vandersloot might be gone. Angel will be in her MVP stages. You get what I'm saying? We might have a younger team at that point.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you a little bit, but I do agree with Brokard, what he said in the comment.
What he said.
I would rather, but I'm not sure if I want to switch out I'll probably switch out the small forward for like a power forward, just to add one more big, because we got a lot. Yeah, the small forward positions up in the air, but we got like 4 solid ones that could play it. So it's like, why add another one? And the point guard is a definite. And I don't know why people keep bringing up what Jeff said about that 6 foot, that 6 foot 1 thing. Yeah. They leaving out the part where he says wings. A point guard is not a wing. Yeah. So he wasn't talking about a point guard. So that's why when people say, "Oh man, what are you talking about? This 6 foot 1," and then he picks up Vandersloot, because he wasn't talking about her. He's talking about wings. So a point guard, I could see him. The Georgia Amore thing, I couldn't see him doing that, because she's more of a scoring point guard, and I think he's looking for more of a facilitator, because that was the main problem that they were trying to fix. That's one of the reasons. That's the main reason why they got Sloop, was to become a facilitator. They don't want a point guard that's scoring a bunch of points. They got other people for that. That's why they got Ariel Atkins, Kia Nurse, Angel, Camilla. They said Camilla and Angel gonna be their focus, so they need a distributor. They don't need somebody. They don't need a shoot first point guard. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the Georgia Amore thing, but the Vandersloot thing, I really see that because of how much Angel likes her. Like she
I mean
tweets
Van
about
Lith.
she tweets about her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, Haley Van Lith.
yeah, she really like Haley Van Lee. So I don't know. I could see Haley Van Thick on there, and I could see
You said Haley Van Thick.
I mean
She
oh,
is not thick at all. Liz, Liz.
Uh,
yeah, T Camilla. I don't know why people keep bringing that up with the point guard thing. That has nothing to do one that has nothing to do with the other. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So I could see that happening, and but I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they go with Bree Hall, but I would just a little bit more size because it's only Angel, Camilla, and
Williams.
E Will. You know what I'm saying? It's only E Will. So if one of them gets into foul trouble, because one of them is gonna have to be because it's three people for two positions. So one of them is gonna have to be rotating, or all three of them gonna be rotated. So if one gets in foul trouble or fouls out, then you know what I'm saying. Then the other two, say one fouls out and one gets in foul trouble, then we're gonna be at a deficit at his position. So it's like I would rather, you know what I'm saying, get another big just in case as like a, you know what I'm saying, because we don't really need more wings. We got a bunch of wings already. What we need is one more big as a backup, as a just in case, and definitely a point, at least a one point guard. And the pow pow thing, I wouldn't mind that because pow pow is capable of running the point for short stretches. So you know what I'm saying. She could be a nice little combo guard that could go in there. So I wouldn't be mad at pow pow at 10, like you say, and Haley Van Lit at 16, and then try to get a big some way somehow.
Out.
All right, so I'm gonna plug my own podcast here, and this is why I disagree. Me and Tyler Marsh kind of see it the same way. Um, I feel like we got our small, like being versatile, kind of like what Gino just did, playing small sometimes. I feel like Rebecca Allen and Michaela Onyenwere, they could also play a little bit at the four. I feel like most of the backup position is gonna be played by Elizabeth Williams though. And so I don't necessarily think a backup for I get what people saying, extra depth, but I feel like that's extra unnecessary depth. I feel like the small forwards we have aren't really proven. So it's like it's not like we have a bona fide small forward and it's like, all right, we gotta like for instance, it's a reason why I'm not mentioning the power forward position or the center position. There's a reason why I don't say much about the point guard or the shooting guard position because those four positions we got four bona fide starters. There's no question marks there. Those four positions we talking about. If we talking about those four positions, we talking about a backup now. Now we talking about who's gonna back up Vandersloot, who's gonna back up Angel, who's gonna back up Camilla, right? Coach, when I'm about to play, he actually says that E. Will is going to pretty much be the backup for both Angel and Camilla. They're going to play them all as a three committee. And then, like, you know, Onyenwere and Rebecca Allen could play some spot minutes there if they need it. So that's why I don't even focus on that position, the backup four. I know a lot of people are so enamored with that backup four, but I don't think the backup four is going to play a major position for us, whereas a backup point, like you said, Mo 3 is way more important because obviously Vandersloot is older. We know that. And we need to get young at that point guard position. A backup 2 because we did lose a Kennedy Carter. So we need somebody that's like could back up Ariel and come get some buckets off the bench. And like I said, to me, the 3 might not even be a backup because we don't know what Kia Nurse we're going to get. We don't know we're going to get a Kia Nurse that's going to be better than she was last year, or we don't know we're going to get the Kia Nurse that's, you know, that we've been seeing. We don't know, Michaela Onyeweda is a project. So we hoping that she shows growth, and she probably will. I seen her; she looked like she lost weight, so she's probably gonna be our best option at small forward, probably. But again, it's a probably there. It's not a definite. Like, we don't know. Same thing with Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen been injury prone her whole career, and you don't know which Rebecca Allen you're going to get. So that's why, to me, the small forward position is still a position of need, because you want to make sure you solidify. It might be somebody off the draft that be our starter type of shit. So that's why, to me, the point guard, to me, the guards in that small forward area is more important than the big. But I do get what y'all saying. I'm not mad at you. But part of what I'm saying is based off what the coach said. I think y'all can hear this, right? Hold on, I'm muted.
Like,
y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out are there potential?
So that's what they saying. They saying the same thing y'all saying about helping Angel out on the depth chart.
To see the names on here, it looks like Angel Reese could use a little depth to help her out. Are there potential further moves that are not in the draft that you guys might be looking to make, or do you think you're going to find that additional help in the draft to fill out the rest of this roster?
I think that what you've seen from us in free agency thus far and on the trade market thus far is they're not afraid to make moves and to take chances, and so I think that we're open to doing what makes sense for us to make us a better basketball team. But again, I think that we put a high priority on the individuals that we bring in here, from a cohesiveness standpoint, and so I think that kind of the vet presence that we have now, we feel good about what our front court depth looks like with Camilla and Angel and Elizabeth especially. And so, I think that there's going to be different things that we can do. We want to be versatile. So maybe some instances where we're playing Michaela or Rebecca at the 4 as well. And so we're mixing and match some things. But again, I think moving forward for filling out the rest of our roster, whether it's the draft or whether it's, finding in a free agency or in training camp, we just want to get, the best possible fits. We're not really tied into a position right now.
Yeah, so I just wanted to play that because I've been saying that. He said it himself. So if we get a big, I think we're going to get a big because that's the best big available, not because we need to fill that position. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think if we get a power forward, that's going to be the best player left on the board. And it's going to be like, go get that player because that player is going to make us better. But I don't think that if it's better guards out there or a better wing, we should be like, we need to fill this big position, because I agree with him. I think our big position is sewn up already. I think people was looking at depth charts and it's bothering them that they don't see a name there. It's like, oh, we got to put a name there. Nah, Will could play both. And if you know basketball, especially when you shorten the rotation, that's what happens. You usually don't play. You only play about 8 players, maybe 9 players. 9 is a stretch. Some players, some coaches only play 8 players. So you're not playing your whole depth chart anyway. So you're gonna have certain players playing multiple positions, and Will can play the 4 or the 5. So that's why, me personally, I would go more with guards and wings, because this. And he even said it. If I play the next clip, he even said this draft is filled with guards and wings. What you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, I go ahead, Mika.
No, you could go.
I wasn't saying that we need that. I was just saying I would prefer. I wouldn't I wasn't I said I wouldn't be mad if they went your way. Like, your way is fine too. It's just, if I was the one doing it, I would prefer that, and I gave my reasoning as to why. But I didn't say, per se, we need that. The only thing I said we need is the point guard for sure, and we don't even really need the 2 guard, but I would take it too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Only reason why
I wouldn't be mad either way it go. Only way I'll be mad is if we don't get a point guard, because that's what we need.
Right. Only reason why I was saying it too, though, is because, again, especially if you think about last year, obviously our team is way better than last year. But if you think about last year, Kennedy was coming off the bench for us at first. and she was our punch off the bench. She was, she was our sixth woman, and obviously, again, our team is way better now than it was last year. When we would have bad starts, we had that person off the bench, right, that'd come in and give us that boost. Once she came into the starting lineup, we lost that. We didn't have that boost off the bench no more. So that's all I'm saying. We lost Kennedy now completely. It's cool. We got Ari Atkins. Ari Atkins is a good player, but I would still like to have something off the bench where I'm like, okay, this player could get us some points off the bench. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say the two guard is still important. But I'm with you. Point guard, definitely. I just spoke on how I feel about the small forward. I feel like I feel like best case scenario, we good at the small forward because we got players that I really like here, Nurse. So best case scenario, we get the best Kia Nurse. She's 2 years removed from her injury. We start to see the better days of Kia Nurse. I'm happy. Best case scenario, Tyler Moss is working with Michaela Wnba, and we start to see her progress because she didn't play terrible last year, right? She played pretty good. So we could see her start to look like a high-level starter, then great. Same thing with Rebecca Allen. If she could be healthy and knock down shots and play solid defense, great. I'm just saying right now, all of those players are still not proven. So I would still like solidify that with having a player that if all of our options fail, we got this player out the draft who might step in and play better than the vets. You get what I'm saying? So, and then also they was coached by Don. Like I keep thinking about that. Every team, it seemed, and this is I'm one year and going into my second year, it seemed like teams really want to have a Geno coach play on a team or a Don coach play on a team, right? Because they know they well coached.
I don't know about that Dawn thing. That's yet to be seen. She only has like 3 players in the WNBA.
Nah, she got way more than 3 players in the WNBA.
Way more. Like who?
Unless I'm bugging, I thought South Carolina had a few players in the WNBA.
Yeah, exactly. How much is a few? 3.
Okay. I gotta look it up. I thought it was more. I thought so. Geno got how many players in the WNBA?
Too much to count.
I thought Uconn and South Carolina had the 2 most players in the WNBA. So that's wrong.
Got way more players.
No. That's not what I was saying. Uconn got the most. I know that. But what I'm saying is I thought from what I heard, and I could have misheard something. I thought from what I heard when I was watching the season that South Carolina and Uconn has those 2 schools has the most players in the league.
No, they only got 3
currently now, like compared to all the other schools.
No, I still don't think now.
So who's number 2 then?
3. I'm not sure. I would have to research that, but I don't think 3 because that would make would make 3.
Have 3. I'm with you on that one, but
3 would be number 2. So I don't think 3 is number 2. There's got to be a school with more than 3 players in the WNBA.
Oh, you want to know why some of the players I'm thinking played in South Carolina played on UConn. I'm thinking Nelson Ododa from UConn.
Oh. Yeah,
Right?
There's a lot of players in the WNBA that people say they only got in because they played at UConn. Like if they played somewhere else, they wouldn't have got in.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of players like that.
Kia Stokes, right?
Yes.
I'm fucking with Mikachu.
Nah. They would say that now. That people were saying that this year because she played so bad this year. People were saying that for real. They were saying that about her. Oh man, you don't in the league because she went to UConn.
Nah,
but that's because they don't know the Kia Stokes from before. They only seeing her this year and saying, just like how they say, all Angel do is catch her own rebound and miss layups because they haven't seen her play.
They haven't seen her before.
Y'all got popcorn attention spans when it comes to basketball. It's all right.
Some of us just don't know. It's a lot of new fans, so I'm not gonna know what happened before if I wasn't watching. I'm only gonna know from what you showed me. So
popcorn attention spans. Like when the popcorn just comes out of the microwave is great, but then once is sitting there for a while, it kind of gets stale. You like, do I really want it, or is that butter good enough? You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. Y'all can talk about her all y'all want. I know Kia Stokes is nice
Okay.
because I see her
You saying that when she got business.
only because she played on the New York Liberty, so I know she's nice. Then she went to the Las Vegas Aces. She won her championship, but she also had like a foot injury or some shit like that. So she didn't play as well as she's supposed to. But yeah,
Got you.
But
Magneto,
even
never
even on
mind.
the Ace, but even on the Aces though, before she got injured, she was playing really good. Like she was
Yeah,
their best defender
exactly.
until she got injured.
Okay. Speaking since you're an Aces fan, speaking of the Aces, um,
Who's the Aces fan?
I'm sorry, I'm a Liberty fan. Speaking of the Liberty,
I'm both.
okay. Well, speaking of the Liberty, with Benijah Laney being out, do you think that they good with what they have now, or do you think they should like try to get another piece to make up for that loss?
Now they good. We good. It's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think they knew that was gonna happen. I think that's why they pushed so hard for Natasha.
Tasha Cloud, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
think
at
they
first,
should. I think
at
they should
first
get
they
it.
didn't want to give up. They didn't want to give up the pick, but then all of a sudden now they throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Connecticut for her. So I felt like I knew something was gonna break. So when I heard that happen, I wouldn't. Yeah, see, look at that. Tennessee got 44. South Carolina,
Yeah. So that
yeah,
must be
three
something I
players, three
misheard.
players.
Then.
Come on, man, 3 players. It's not like you can't be. That's craziness, man. The people don't really, for some reason, that's one of the knocks that people have against Don Staley is that she's a good college coach, but her players never. Very rarely gets to the league.
No, they get drafted to the league. It's just that they get bounced after training camp. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
there's a
well,
couple
that's
of
that's
solid
part.
players that was drafted, and that's what's kind of the knock on the WNBA draft because it's only 144 players in the league. So you're getting drafted, but you gotta show and prove in training camp in order to stay in the on the team. So she got a lot of people drafted, but they eventually got knocked out because they didn't, produce enough during training camp or whatever. So they, left.
Yeah, but the difference is even the players that don't produce from UConn still get to stay in the league for at least 2 or 3 years. They at least get a shot. They like, you wasn't really working out, but let's see what you do. They give them a chance. But if the Don Staley players don't show up, they out first quarter. Get out of here.
So that must be either something that I misheard, or the person who said it didn't know what they was talking about.
They didn't know what they was talking about because that's
They
one of the
probably
knocks. That's
did
one of
because
the
that was
major
that was
knocks
my
against
other
her.
thing. I'm like, don't Tennessee got a lot more players too? Because Tennessee and UConn, it was before South Carolina was the it schools like UConn, Stanford,
But the and
Even Kim
it's
Mulkey
still
got a lot of
wrong.
players in there.
No, but
Baylor.
it's still wrong. But the what they was saying or what they was trying to say, or maybe what I misheard. It probably was me. I probably you heard. I heard this like in the middle of the season or in the beginning of the season, so I probably misremembered it or misheard it. But what the person was trying to say was, right, not over, not like over the history. You get what I'm saying? It was like this year or right now. Right now, as we stand, this amount of players is in the league from this school, these schools, whatever the case may be. So maybe I misheard it or misunderstood what they were
But
saying.
but even there, I still think that would be wrong because
That's what I'm saying. It's
they
still
only have
wrong.
three. They only have
Yeah,
three,
that's what I'm saying. It's
and
still
you know
wrong,
what
but
I'm
I
saying.
probably misheard it, whatever they was
I
trying to
think
say.
Notre Dame got more. South Carolina, there's not a lot of the South Carolina very rarely makes the league, like in any since the league was around.
Yeah. My email was if you go to my YouTube page is on there if you look up, but it's Michael.n like Nancy .green23 at gmail.com. Nate, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on?
Hey, shit. Was you able to
Man.
use that at work? You wasn't able to watch the games, right?
I jumped on here and there during break and kind of had it playing in my ear while I was working. I was hearing the play by play. I know I heard AZ Flood going off, and I heard Joyce Edwards kind of do her thing. She was just I kind of saw some of the highlights. I saw some of it live. Man, Joyce and Sarah Strong going at it, man. That's gonna be a game. And Tahina Power with her defense has improved a lot. Like that's why she stayed that extra year too to work on her defense and to be an all-around player, not to be known as just a three-point shooter. So she wants to develop her game even more. So that's why I don't blame AZ and Olivia for if they can get that extra year development. Like if you want that extra year development, you need to work on it and still get paid and still make sure you come in the best for you. Then yeah, do that because Tahina looked a lot better. Like her eyes, she had 3 steals, I think tonight, 2 or 3 steals.
AZ too. AZ defense is a lot better than they used to be.
Yeah, and she's 5'10", 5'11", AZ.
Yeah.
So yeah, she looked a lot better. She might be their key, man. Like Tahina Papa was South Carolina's missing key last year. AZ Foot might be, that key because I think Joyce and Sarah kind of cancel each other out. So.
Well, I won't say that. I'm happy Joyce is playing better, and I can't wait to see that matchup. But the way Sarah playing, I don't know if she got an equal.
Yeah, that 3-point shot, man.
I don't know if Sarah got an equal on the floor right now.
but so check this out. So I was thinking about this. So Sarah has the shot, right? But Joyce has the dribbling and the speed. She's a lot quicker.
Yeah, I like Joyce.
She's beating those bigs off the dribble so fast. You know what I'm saying? They thought she's going to post up or try and shoot it. And she just turned the corner on her. That step, boom, and she out on the perimeter. Like she gonna guard you on the perimeter. Like so, I heard that part. It's like, and Joyce Edwards is on I forgot who she's on, but she's on a perimeter player, like locking her up. Like, come on, I dare you, come on, 6'4" post player on a perimeter player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm ready for this. It's a different South Carolina. The Uconn played early in the year. It's a different South Carolina thing.
And I don't know about that because even on that, Sarah got her beat. Sarah plays 1 through 5, and she demonstrated that tonight.
So does Joyce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't see what you're saying. Like, she could do this like Sarah can't.
Tonight, no, I'm saying Joyce is faster. No, I'm saying Joyce it's faster. Joyce has a quicker first step. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would give her she's a little faster. I will give her that, but it's not like she's this much faster because for as big as Sarah Strong is, I think that'd be surprising people. I think that's one of the things that works in her favor. People look at her and be like, oh, she's gonna be slow, but she be beating them to spots. She take them off the dribble. She's a lot quicker than she looks. But yeah,
absolutely.
I would give Joyce the speed though.
Yeah, the foot speed. That's all I was saying. That first step, like like trying to dribble to the rim or turn the corner. Joyce has that slight advantage of that foot speed of a lot quicker, and hit that corner, hit that edge, turn, hit quicker to the rim, and she's taller. So Joyce is 6'4", Sarah 6'2", but her arm length is I think 6'6", because she got long freaking arms. So, but it's definitely gonna be a good matchup.
Well, hopefully for Joyce, it don't go the way it went last time.
Yeah, that's what I think. They playing a lot better. Like that's all I say. It's a different South Carolina team.
I wouldn't say they're playing a lot better. They played slightly better in tonight's game, but they've been playing a lot worse. since that UConn loss, they haven't been playing that good. Like I think
No,
that kind of messed with their psyche.
all that's washed away. It's about recent. It's about during the tournament. So they've been
Yeah,
playing a lot better during
during
the
the
tournament. That's
tournament,
what I'm saying. I ain't talking
they
about
barely
that game.
survived.
I'm saying it's about the past few games.
Yeah, this is the only good game they had in the whole tournament. They've
Oh
been
Lord,
bad. What
get
you mean?
get.
Oh Lord,
Oh Lord, here we go.
this is the first time they scored more than 60 something points. Like
And
62
won.
was like the highest before that. They was barely winning games. They had one
Okay,
game
so I'll say.
they didn't even
Okay,
score
let me ask you
60.
this. Okay, I'll ask you this. Who was the better team, UCLA or Texas? Who beat the better
Who was
team
the better team?
between UCLA
I
and Texas?
I think UCLA was the better team.
Absolutely not. UCLA was easy to beat. Look, UCLA is one-way team. Stop lowering bets. That's
No, it's
it.
just no. That was just a matchup. That was just a matchup. It was just a bad matchup for them because excuse me, that was just a bad matchup with UConn for them. Like that was one of the worst teams they could. That was like a worst case scenario for UCLA. You know what I'm saying? And I explained it earlier in the show and as to why. And even before the game, I was like, oh, if they play UConn, it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a blowout, and this is gonna happen. And exactly what I said was gonna happen is exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a bad matchup. Texas is the is the lesser team out of the two because they have too many deficiencies. Like their offensive deficiencies is too much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
I think
they're
Texas
just
was the better
offensively
team because they're
challenged.
the better defensive team.
But yeah, but being the better overall defensive team doesn't just make you the better team because it's not like UCLA is a garbage defensive team. They did have
They
the
look garbage
defensive
tonight.
they had the defensive player of the year. Yes, that's because it was a matchup thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The UConn's team just matched up. Like, their defensive player of the year is their center. Their center is one of the reasons why I said they was gonna lose. That they Gino was smart. When they went on they run, they comeback run, Gino was like, all right, we're gonna stop this. You know what he did? He moved Sarah Strong to the 5. So now Bess has to come out the paint. If she come out the paint, the guards are just gonna run wild and just go crazy in the paint because she's their best defender and rim protector. So Betts decided not to go out there. She was roaming around the painted area and the free throw line, and Sarah made her pay for that by wetting them threes. Like, oh, you think because I'm a big I can't shoot? Wait, hold these threes. Wet, wet, wet. It's a matchup thing. It's not at the same thing would have not. I don't think the same thing would have happened if UConn was playing Texas. Yeah, UConn would have won, but it wouldn't have been like this.
He dropped out.
Oh, yeah, that was just a bad matchup thing for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you think if UConn would have played LSU, it would have been like this? No, because it would have been a better matchup. It was a matchup thing. That's why that's so that's because just because they beat up on them like that, that doesn't mean they was a better they're a worse team.
Good point. Good point. I feel like it was UCLA got smacked.
Yeah, but I saw it coming a mile away. It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah. I feel like Texas, South Carolina had a good game though.
Yeah, it was a good game to a certain extent
Yeah.
because it's just it was a good game defensively. But to me, it just on the offensive side, it was a bad game for Texas because but I can't really say it's a bad game because that's just their game. They're offensively challenged. Like that's you know what I'm saying? That they're not known for putting up 80, 90, 100 points. That's not what they do. They ain't jacking up a whole bunch of threes and all this stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? They like They're a defensive oriented team that, you know what I'm saying, pack the paints and do stuff like that.
So then, if that's the case, then we got to say that they did have a bad game to their standards, right? I think them and Duke are the two teams that like to play that way, where they want to just play defense and they want to beat you on a defensive end. Obviously, Duke could shoot more threes. But if you call yourself a quote unquote defensive team and you don't limit the other team from doing enough to beat you, then you got to say that's a bad. You ain't execute. You ain't execute your game plan. You get what I'm saying? Because a Texas's game plan will be different than a UConn's game plan, right? Because UConn don't have to stop you from scoring a certain amount of points. They could match you and score with you. So the game plan is to be different.
Yeah, that's a big difference between UConn. What makes UConn so dangerous, because they not only a high scoring team, they're also a high powered defense. Like their defense is crazy. Like people are just looking past their defense. I've been trying to tell you, like, yo, UConn defense is crazy, especially their guard defense. Like you got it. It's hard to get past them guards, man. They get like close to 10 steals a game. Like they won't be playing.
I just feel UCLA was easy to game plan for because it stopped Lauren Betts. You know, if you could stop Lauren Betts, make it difficult for her to, you know what I'm saying, let her get comfortable and
But
pull out the paint. Like you said, put Sarah Strong. Hey, Sarah, go to the 5. Because every time coming down the floor and she thought Sarah was going to the hole, she kept going and tried to switch because she want to try to protect the paint. She was leaving Sarah wide open for a 3. So like, oh, you thought I was going to the hole, and boom. Like, so that was, to me, that was easier to game plan for. And then it was like, hey, stop Paige, stop Sarah. So AZ was like, all right, because I knew it was going to happen. Like, oh, she's saying stop 5 and stop Sarah. I mean, all I got to do is like, oh, okay, now you're leaving Paige open. She's their best shooter. And you left her open for so many threes, and then you try to stop her like, hey, stay with the shooter. So everybody confused on defense, trying to stop the shooter, and then you try to send 2 people go with the shooter, and then you leave Sarah Strong wide open. So that's why I'm like, it's easier to game plan. They had to leave Lauren Betts on the floor because, like you said, she's their best defender, but she's slow. She got short wind. So that's why I'm like, hey, run up down the floor, because that game where she's like, oh man, I'm tired, I can't breathe. Like, oh, so you have no stamina. Bet we're gonna run you out the gym. Easy. Because that's all General said. Hey, run up and down the floor, keep it moving.
Yeah, but that's not what they did though.
Storm, what's going on? Good morning, Storm.
Yeah, that's not what they did. What they did was exactly what I said they was going to do, and what in the interview after the game, what Gino Auriemma said that he did, and what his game plan was. They gave Lauren Betts almost whatever she wanted. She had almost.
And they ran up and down the floor. They did run up and down the floor. What you mean?
Yeah,
he said, "Hey, keep running and run her off the floor." What you mean? That's exactly what they did.
The guards.
Guess what? The guards is running. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, my point is, it's a different. South Carolina had to play Texas different because Texas had multiple defenders, and you know what I'm saying. And South Carolina was deep, so South Carolina also just kept running and also used their depth because they deep. And Texas had multiple defenders, Maddie Booker, Rory Harmon. They had multiple shooters, but they were running, and they got Madison Booker in foul trouble. I think she got hurt because she was out the game for a while. So as soon as they saw that, and they's like sharks. They've been there before. That's what I'm saying. It's just a different team, different game plan, but Texas had multiple defenders. UCLA doesn't. UCLA had one good defender, a couple decent defenders. Texas had their whole squad can play defense and kind of lock you up. So that's how they got there. They didn't get there just by, having one 6'7" person. They ain't got there. They had the whole team play defense. So that's what I'm saying. I feel South Carolina had the tougher matchup because they went against multiple defenders and multiple shooters, not just one 6'7" person in a hole that can block your shot. That was my point.
Well, I'll say this. I do agree that the game plan is to stop Lauren Betts on UCLA, but also this how LSU got beat because Lauren Betts was on the bench for a lot of that game. You got to stop them shooters too, and that's what LSU failed at. If I feel like LSU should have been in this game.
Damn.
Yeah.
They could have been in this game because Lauren Betts was on the bench for most of that game, and they allowed them shooters to knock them threes down. I don't know.
Kim Oki didn't adjust though.
Yeah,
you look at that game; she didn't adjust at all.
Right. So I just want to say that's the second threat on UCLA. But if you could do those two things, you could win, and that's what Uconn did. They didn't get them threes off today. How much? They didn't
stop Betts. They let Betts get whatever she wanted. That's what Gino said.
Wait. So we saying two different things. Hold on.
Whatever she wanted,
we saying
and we're gonna stop everybody else.
I didn't look at the stat sheet, so I don't know what she ended the game with. Remember, I said I stopped.
Like 27, 20
I stopped watching at some point because it was over. So I don't care what she did in garbage.
Yeah, I stopped watching.
Because remember, hold on, Mo 3. I'm not disagreeing with you. We kind of agreeing. What I'm saying is this. You said it earlier. We both said it. The way they defended, remember, Kiki kept coming down. Not just Kiki, but a bunch of them. They just kept throwing the ball away because of the way they was defending. Even Alfie, just light on her feet. She kept swinging around Betts and getting a steal. So it was just a bunch of steals early on. That's how they ended up running. In fact, that's how because I think by halftime, I forgot what the stat was, but I remember seeing the turnovers was like in double digits.
13.
Yeah, 13.
So by that time, I was checked out. Like unless they fought back, so whatever Betts ended the game with, I don't give a fuck. Like the game was over. Like I don't care if you ended with 30. There's an empty 30. You get what I'm saying? Like the way they defended, she was locked up. They locked her up. So by the time you get your 30, is with that 30 just so it could look good at the end of the game. That 27 looks good. No, they locked up the shooters. There was no shooting, and every time they try to dump the ball on the Betts, it was a turnover. You get what I'm saying? So they did both. They locked Betts up and they took away the three. Now if Betts, when a game was over and they just was like you said, giving Betts anything she wanted, the game over at that point. Get your stats.
Right, go get your stats.
Fourth quarter though.
Say it again.
They still get blown out though. It didn't matter
before the fourth quarter though. So it's not like she just got to the fourth quarter and then started playing.
Didn't matter
getting a whole bunch of points.
Like what is you talking about?
When it went at halftime, they had 22 points, right? Lauren Betts had 11.
Yeah, but they was down.
So
by 20.
they wasn't, and she only had missed like 2 or 3 shots. She wasn't. It wasn't her. It was just the rest of the team. They just kept turning over the ball. So she wasn't even getting
play well when she got the ball.
A lot of times, possessions where she didn't even touch the ball for like 3, 4, 5 possessions. She didn't touch the ball because they would either turn the ball over or they would deny her, and she wouldn't get the entry pass, or somebody would just do some gook stuff, take an ill-advised shot. So it's plenty of times that in possession she didn't even touch the ball. So it wasn't like, oh, they just stopped her from scoring. No,
what I'm saying.
The way they stopped her from where they stopped her is by stopping everybody else.
But no, Mo 3.
Give me that, steal that, turn this over.
We saying two different things. So we agreeing, but in two different ways, right? What you're saying is when Betts actually got the ball, she was effective. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is they couldn't even get her the fucking ball a lot, and that's part of stopping a player, right? Yeah, you can't even get the ball.
But that's going to my point. They stopped her from getting the ball by stopping everybody else.
But so that's why I said we agreeing. That's the part. I said we saying two different things, but we're agreeing.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying Betts was shut down and they locked. I said it's two things you got to do against UCLA. You either got to stop Betts, right, and you got to stop the 3-point shot, or do both. And I said they did both. They stopped Betts by not getting her the ball. Now when she finally got the ball, she was Betts. She was dominant, but it was a lot of times that they tried to get her the ball, they couldn't. That's where them turnovers came from. So that's what I'm saying. That's part of stopping the player by not even getting them the ball. If she had got the ball as many times, if it was no turnovers, and she got the ball every time, she might have walked out of here with 50 or 60, and maybe they win the game. But she didn't get the ball half the time.
That's not what I'm disagreeing about. I'm disagreeing with the way to stop UCLA because
I'm confused.
The game before that, they stopped bets, right? But they didn't stop everybody else. That's why LSU lost. So that's not the way. That's not the way. It's not stopping bets. But this game, they stopped everybody else.
No, you can do
and
both.
They got smashed.
You can do it. It depends. Like, so, and I'm taking this away from. So okay, we agree. This is. I don't even have to get into that. We agree because I feel like all right. So I just feel like in the basketball conversation, and we just talk about any team. You just got to pick your poison. You got to pick what's the best way for you to win.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so if you pick your poison, Mo 3. So I'm agreeing with you. I'm just be clear, Mo 3. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just talking about strategy now. You can do either or both. So that's what I'm saying. You just got to live with the results. So what happened with LSU, they just didn't do a good enough job because when Betts was off the floor, I don't know what the hell they was thinking because Betts wasn't on those threes UCLA made. They didn't make them when Betts was on the floor. Betts was off the floor. So I don't know why like somebody said, I think it was Nate or somebody. I don't know why Kim didn't adjust. I don't know why Kim didn't or even the players on the floor. I don't know what they was doing out there. Like that's LSU though. They've been having this problem all year. They have defensive lapses. I don't know why they allow so many fucking threes, right?
That's because last year Poe was not in the navigational seat. She was not utilized for what she does. This is why she got into the portal. She was not activated the proper way. And LSU had a guard problem because Kim Mulkey made it that way. They did not have a guard problem. South Carolina, Raven had 2 points tonight, y'all. Raven had 2 points tonight, but she cut that water off of what's her name? The guard.
Kiki Rice.
Rory. It'll be Rory Harmon.
Oh, Rory Harmon. Yeah, Texas. Yeah, it's Rory Harmon.
She cut Rory Harmon's water off, period. And she could not
stand up here.
Listen. And then when Rory was trying to bring it on the inside, you had Joyce Edwards, and then you have Sanaa Fagan right there. You got what I'm saying? So it was real easy to break down UCLA because they play basic ball, big and little ball. So inside, pass the Betts. Outside, you got Kiki, you got Jones who can shoot. She little, but she can shoot.
AZ was on that ass though.
You didn't right. You didn't utilize the stretch that they should have been doing. They didn't stretch the floor. You saw Kiki on a constant attack, the basket type of thing, like she was Hannah Hidalgo, turning the ball over. Listen, it was really, really, by me calling play-by-play, if y'all understood that at the end of the day, if something not working, close should have done a adjustment real quick in that first quarter.
I agree with you. I was saying that was my assessment of the game. I'm laughing because I was gonna hit him with the baddie. I don't know if you ever heard this before, but the baddies out there, you know, everybody try to say something profound. They try to say the same. So the baddies like this. This one of the baddie sayings right here. At the end of the day gotta end. That's what the baddies be. That's what the baddies be saying.
The day
no, that's what they say.
That's what they be saying. But look, Do it? Go to Bro Claude. Go to what Bro Claude is saying. No, I said that, and that's why I said I don't know. Like I'm losing a lot of respect. Like the more and more I watch Kiki race, I get confused because she's supposed to be this guard that I've been hearing announcers say she's one of the best finishers. Like that's her skill. You know, like how we say to Tahina Pow is, you know, one of the most efficient shooters. When they speak of Kiki, they say she's a finishing guard. So when I saw the
I haven't
pressure,
seen it.
exactly, and when I saw the pressure that UConn was putting
What's up,
on
Bo Nate?
UCLA.
What's up, Pikachu? What's up, Mo3?
Yo, what's good?
So when I saw the pressure that UConn was putting on UCLA, and then they was kind of like getting the ball. So Lauren Betts was like at the free throw line, kept, you know, they're inbound the ball to Lauren, and then Lauren get it to Kiki. Now Kiki she's running, and the defense kind of behind her now because they kind of tossed it. They toss it to her while she's on the run. I'm thinking she about to go to the basket, you know, get it, you know, either pull up at the midi, you know, get fat, you know what I mean? Do something other than get the ball to Lauren Betts, because we all know you want to get the ball to Lauren Betts, right?
Yep.
But then she will pull it out, and then they might pass it around the perimeter a little bit, and then they would try to throw it in the Lauren, and then that's when they're jumping, you kind of jump in the passing lane and say nope, and then they off and running, and they just like the broke point. They kept doing that over and over and over, and I'm sitting here like, yo, do something else. And then I was
that's
like, yo,
easy the game plan for,
and then I was like, yo, why? Like, where your shooters at? Y'all had shoot. I said, y'all keep throwing the ball in the paint and they keep still, and it's not working. Y'all have to do something else.
Yep.
And they just like
definition of insanity, man. Just keep doing
it. They didn't do nothing else, and they they kind of beat themselves. And then they want to start. And I hate when I see this. This pissed me off. And this goes back to what Mo3 was saying. When a game is out of hand now you want to start doing other things. Now all of a sudden, I seen Kiki attack the basket now. Right?
And now 30.
now I see that stretch Bro Claude was talking about hitting threes. Now it's like y'all waited till now. The game over with. Like you said, they down 30 now. Like the game is over with. So that's why I couldn't really like watch the game. It was like an annoying game because it ain't make sense. Like if you got any type of basketball IQ, they don't have a leader out there because a leader gonna stop that, right? Like, all right, we down by 7. Right, we've been trying to force the ball in the bets. We down by 7. If we don't do something now, this game gonna get out of hand. That's what somebody should have said.
Hey, but there was a reason why they weren't shooting threes in the beginning, at least for the first half, because UConn wasn't letting them. The guards were hugging them. Yeah. They wouldn't giving them any type of room. They fought over every screen. Yep. They were not going below any screens.
AZ and Chin.
They were hugging them like it was like it was like attached to them like glue. Like they were not leaving them. They'd give them no space to shoot. So a lot of sometimes they forced the ball in, but a lot of times they had no choice. It was either that or take a wild shot or a shot clock violation, because UConn was like hugging them. They weren't giving them no room. They like, listen, man, you're gonna have to let Betts beat us. Betts gonna beat us, or because you're not doing it.
But the funny thing is, and this goes back to my point, Mo3, I don't care. Mo3, we gonna fight. This goes back to my point, Mo3, because like, I agree with you. Exactly what you said happened. And they would kick the ball in the bets, and then they would swing around her and swipe that ball down. So they wasn't just they wasn't double teaming Betts, but they wasn't just allowing Betts to beat them. They wasn't letting Betts get the fucking ball. They kept swiping that ball down off to the races, and then UCLA come down to the same shit again. And it's just like.
And it's what I said. They kept running. They made sure they ran her off the floor because she was tired. She couldn't breathe.
And then
so when they tried to put it in, she couldn't even post up.
And then to your point, Mo3, when they went to that small ball lineup, it was really over. Once they put who they put Sarah Strong at the 5?
Yeah, Sarah, yep.
That was right after UCLA went on a little mini run. I think they scored like 7 quick points, and Gino was like, "Oh hell nah."
But see, Sanaya Fagan and Joyce can guard Sarah Strong, so
both of them
and Alvin, so both of them, yeah.
Both of
Listen,
them. So
T.
so
I
Camilla,
say
so
both.
hold on, really quick.
BOFF.
Hold on, bro, Claude. Go right after this. Let me get to this comment. T. Camilla says UConn made history tonight by having the biggest point difference in the Final Four game. Listen, all those girls should be crying because I would cry after a game like this. If I had a season like they had, I've been a number one team. I've been a number one team damn near all year, undefeated.
Oh yeah,
and then play like this in a game to go to the championship game. My heart broken. I don't even know if they could come back next year off of this. Like this is tough.
Soft.
Soft. Yeah, it definitely soft.
After what happened, hey, bro, Claude. After what happened last year to LSU, now this year to UConn. How do you recover next? Like, if they come back next year and win it, they got some heart because it's like they should be like defeated. Like at 2 years, 2 years of this shit.
This year's even worse because last year they just blew the bag. They had that game won and they just threw it away. Right. This year they had no chance from the opening tip. Yeah. They got the tip and then AZ Flood just give me that ball.
Off to
Stole the ball, went down and scored on them.
Off to the
next possession, Sarah Strong, give me that ball. Scored on them.
Hey, when I saw that, I was like, "You're not gonna win this."
Quick, to Mika's shoe point, and then to Mika's shoe point, that coach got to shut the fuck up now. All this, we was the number one seed, and we disrespected, and we the most disrespected. No, y'all disrespected yourselves.
Yep.
That's why it's even worse.
See, she didn't like
that performance.
And then get
so I'm gonna go now. This is the point that I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna leave it in the air. You see the difference when you have a coach with 20 years of experience than a coach that just got there right now. You got what I'm saying? So UConn, Gino ain't worried about really. He wasn't really even worried about none of this year being the number one seed. He knew that all he needed was his team to be healthy. That's all he was doing, fighting through it. I just want the time and the period of when my girls gonna be healthy, all of them, and I'll be able to you know what I mean, activate that new character that they not used to looking at. So what happened was that Kiki came in, Ice came in. You dig what I'm saying? Ice didn't really score that much, but Ice was a presence on the floor, a big body like Sarah Strong, right? She put a body on you know what I'm saying, on bets from time to time, and then she went over to Draco, whatever her name is, the other big girl that shoots those threes. She was giving her the business. Kiki came right in and was, you know how Kiki play, not Kiki Rice, the other Kiki, UConn's Kiki. Kiki plays the lane. KK, I'm sorry. KK plays the
KK Arnold.
Yeah, KK plays the lanes. So KK was still in the goddamn ball. Like, this is the second smallest person on the goddamn floor. Are you kidding me? Why would you? Her and Chin, but they backcourt was smaller because it was Chin, Kiki, Paige dropped down to the 3. AZ played the 4. Sarah Strong played the 5 in some of those switches. And they couldn't fucking handle it. They could not fucking handle it. And it was really, really bad. It was so bad, y'all. I got tired of calling the goddamn game. It was bad. It was really bad. And it was like she made no adjustments.
Listen,
she
really
saw
quick,
that. Go ahead.
I want you to keep going. I'm not mad at you for getting tired of calling the game. I keep saying on this broadcast, I couldn't watch it. Like after halftime, I couldn't watch no more. Like I kept peeking back to see and I see what Mo3 said because I saw it get close. I think it got to around 10 points or something like that. Then after that, it went right back to 20s. It was like I couldn't watch the game. So I know if you was calling it, you couldn't. Like it was tough to call the game.
It was really this was a challenge game. It was like these motherfuckers is soft. They are soft. UConn knew that they were soft. They played them strong, real hard, You dig what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, it's who can out strategize who. And that's why this Final Four gonna be what it is. I mean, this championship game gonna be what it is. Because Don Staley makes adjustments. So now we about to see 6 against 9.
And to your point, bro, Claude, South Carolina want revenge.
6. We finished like Gino said. Gino said that game that they won. No, they didn't have 9. They didn't have 9 players that they could activate. They got a legitimate. South Carolina got a legitimate 9. A legit 9.
Name them off, bro, Claude. Name them off.
Okay. Raven. Pow.
2.
Bree Hall.
3.
You saw Bree Hall get off today. Fagan.
Bree Hall got off. Yep.
Fagan.
5.
Fagan.
Off the
Joyce
bench.
Edwards. Joyce Edwards.
6.
Malaysia.
7.
Tessa.
Tessa. Terman Tessa. That's 8. One more.
That's 7.
That's 7. 8. Okay.
That's 8. That's 8. Joyce. You said Joyce, Malaysia, and Tessa. That's 8.
Kits. That's
Kits.
9.
Yep. That's 9. Yep.
Really quick.
You named Kits last and Kits the starter.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do with 9?
Hold on, really quick. Let me get to this comment really quick. Daniel Williams is asking the panel, will Barker hit the portal? What you guys think of that?
I think she should.
The portal?
She should.
I don't. She been saying that as soon as she's eligible, she's going to the draft. She wants to join. She wants to go right. She wants to go pro. So
she going this year. Then. So you think she's gonna be in the draft this year? Because I think she's eligible.
Yeah, she's eligible. She said as soon as she's eligible, she was going pro. I don't know if she still wants to, but she was saying last year, as soon as she's eligible, she wants to go pro.
If she's smart, she'll wait. If she has another year, she'll wait. It's just too smart for all the players to wait. If you don't have no choice, then you got to come out. But if you smart, just wait a year. And that brings me and you guys we could piggyback off that question of this. You guys could tell me what you think it is. That brings me to the overseas chicks now, because I think if they smart, they'll wait as well. But it seemed like a lot of them is coming over now, right? And then you got
they want to come over.
You got the girls in New York that's coming over. It seemed like a lot and then the girl Janelle Salon that you like, Nate, it seemed like she's coming over.
Yeah, so she signed with the Valkyries.
Yeah, Valkyries. It seemed like a lot of them overseas girls is coming over. Now I don't know if their strategy is different. Maybe they feel like let's come and they
want the money now. See, right. I know what they're thinking. To jump on what you're saying real quick, they're thinking, hey, before all these, these other
teams.
Brown, yes, these baddies come over. Let's go ahead and jump on this money now. So Dominique Malonga, she said she's playing this year. So I think their thing is we trying to get in now and get these endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get paid like that over there because they was like 18, 19. So they weren't, they was technically pro, but until you actually make it to the WNBA, get drafted at least, and say you had your cup of coffee and you was at least drafted, then you can't really get paid like that. So they like, hey, I want to get in now to get, get these endorsements, get to a team like Jose. She's 6'2", point guard. She don't have that much foot, like quick like that, but she got a shot and she tall and she can pass. What was it? Asia Sifka. I've been hearing about her, 6'4", like she's like another Leonie Fievich. And they also saw Leonie Fievich. She's 30. You see how she waited? I think she kind of waited a little too long. See, Leonie Fievich wanted to wait, but they saw how she was on the stage on national TV. They like, oh man, I want to get in on this too. So ALS one of them like, hey, I want to come in and get this national money because she on TV now. She on brand deals. You get the right spot, you get the right money, basically.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, and also the thing is this. You just saw Eminem just put his bid in to bring back Detroit.
Yeah. That's dope.
Houston
They know it's
gonna
booming.
be
Yeah.
the comments gonna come back. They already
That's the one.
working that out.
Ah, shit! Don't get Mika started. That's the one I want to come back just because of the history.
No.
Just because of the
Yeah.
history. But don't get Mika
She
started on
said,
the topic.
"Yeah."
La 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 la. I
They can stay
rebuke
dead
you.
forever.
Name
Hey,
of the
Nate,
basketball
forever. They can
gods.
stay
I
dead
rebuke that
forever.
statement
Forever. Hey, but
forever.
Kathy Engelbert already said she cutting it off at 16, which I think is a good idea. You don't want to dilute the product. You don't want to stretch it out too fast. You know what I'm saying? Too far.
No, she
So
said in the
16, she want to cap it off at
5 years.
16. Yeah, no, that
No,
means still 16. You don't want to grow too fast. So 16 right now. You know what I'm saying? All these teams trying to jump in. Oh, we want a team, but hey, you don't want to dilute the product. You want to make sure you got enough stars to stretch it out over these 16 teams. You don't want to be in the NBA and you're like, oh man, all these teams is garbage. Like, why we got all these teams? You don't want to grow too fast. So that's why she's like, hey, 16 teams by this time, and we'll see what it look like by then. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's also, the end of the new CBA. So within 8 years, they trying to, you know what I'm saying, they want to make sure it grows properly, which is smart. So I think they don't want to grow too fast. Everybody like, oh, we want to get in on this too, because they know, it went from to starting WNBA team, it went from back in the 90s, it was like what was it 1.6 million to 20 million. Now it's 250 million to get, you know what I'm saying, put in the bid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they know it's booming.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because of Angel Reese, you douchebags. Because of Angel Reese, that's why. But
You
go ahead.
goddamn right. You goddamn right. And Reebok is hosting the WNBA this year. Huh? What you talking about? So the thing
Everybody trying to say what Angel Reese saying, but y'all talking about her. Y'all got her name in your mouth. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Conley got her name in your mouth, drooling. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no money or getting no views unless you saying Angel Reese can't do this. Angel Reese can't do that. All right, but she sure succeeding. She's a multimillionaire. I can't tell. Like, oh, she's concentrated on basketball. She is. So she just supposed to concentrate on basketball. Y'all just mad. I'm confused. You know, because guess what? Caitlin Clark is doing absolutely nothing but just concentrating on. But y'all ain't got no content about her. Where's that golf content? Where's that golf content? Oh, wait, yeah, it don't exist.
I covered that today. Yeah, I covered that shit today. So the thing is this, y'all.
Basura.
Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all this. What we have here is a situation where we do have enough stars in the next 4 years because Joyce Edwards is a freshman. Sarah Strong is a freshman. Blake is a freshman. You got what I'm saying?
Silver Sword, Chicken Michigan.
Is a freshman. So we got freshies that's all. Listen, goddamn it, Hannah Hidalgo just a sophomore.
I don't know, hey, K-Saf said she ain't gonna be a WNBA pro. He said she's not gonna be a pro.
She will.
Now she keep playing like she is now. She need to get rid of that gun attitude unless she gonna be growing, unless she gonna magically grow 4 inches.
That was no. Listen, that was a mistake that was made by the coach. I'm gonna say what I say, and I'm gonna leave it there. And then, I mean, if y'all correct me and find me in error, please do. But that was a coach error. To put a sophomore in charge of your team. You know, Nate, what school we come from.
Yeah, you got that senior.
Your seniors, you got 4 seniors to activate that team. And like I told this to one of the podcasters on his podcast show, that Neil Ivey put the keys in the hands of a sophomore.
A sophomore, yeah.
Bad decision, bad choice. Now, what I said this to say, you had 3 seniors. King, you had Olivia Miles, you had Westbelt, and you had Sonia Citron over there.
Yeah, Leah King.
To lead your team to victory. and you did not give those girls the chance that they supposed to have as a senior product that's going into the WNBA to lead your team to victory. You not only did not activate those players when Hannah Hidalgo came back, but when Hannah Hidalgo was out those two games, 2.5 games actually, those 2.5 games, they did not drop the ball, they won. But when Olivia Miles was out, um,
Yeah, like totally different
Hannah
game.
Hidalgo lost twice.
Hmm.
Hannah Hidalgo lost 2 times with Olivia Miles not being present on that floor. So you as a coach, Miss Ivy, I know you look at our streams, Miss Ivy, you did not make the right decision to give the keys to a sophomore who is not mature enough, and all she know is to shoot that ball. Shoot that ball. She did what she did. She do what she do, but you shot
Hmm.
them out of they she not only shot them out of the 2 games that they lost before the last win of the season, but also she shot them out of the last game in the Big Eight. You dig what I'm saying? And shot them out. And TCU had they fucking lunch. Listen, Haley Van Liff and my brother right there, you know what I'm saying? You too, Nate. Y'all can bear witness what I was saying on KSAP show that Haley Van Liff is gonna be a whole nother problem that they don't even want to face over there at TCU. And exactly what I said happened. Because why? Why did Haley have that situation? Because she was misplaced. She made a bad choice to go to LSU. Yeah, but 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 when you have teams that have these coaches that does not have experience in what it takes to win, you're gonna have these type of situations where she could not put out the fire that was going on her squad. It was an internal fire that she did not disobey, that she did not say, hey, fuck all that bullshit. We out here at war. Everybody got to galvanize together and we got to go out and win. So very disappointed in the Notre Dame loss. I was really butthurt about that. But I also know that the WNBA is in a great place right now to do the things that they need to do to make sure that this league is one of the biggest leagues ever, 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 including the men. Because why? We're in the 29th season of the WNBA, and they are in the same position when Magic Johnson, uh, uh, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Charles Barkley, uh, Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, and David Robinson. When they came to the league, it was a whole nother type of league that you saw. You got what I'm saying? Those guys came over and changed it single-handedly with just the way that they play. Clyde Drexler, let me not forget. You dig what I'm saying? The thing is this, y'all. In this 29th year, we have to understand that the CBA is next year, y'all. So they probably walk out next year if this not settled by next year. They got to play through this year. But what y'all finna see is a serious spiral of windmill of players. Y'all, listen, this unrivaled shit then changed everything. The unrivaled then changed all of how your perspective is, how you thought about that it should go. They done made friends with each other. And then they done ensured to play with each other. You got what I'm saying? They done ensured that hey, I want to play with Angel. A lot the ones that played with Angel this year want to play with Angel in their career. You got what I'm saying? Every single player that Angel Reese was on that Rose, even um the white girl, what's her name?
Lexi Hall.
Huh?
Lexi Hall.
Lexi Hall. Even Lexi Hall said it was a joy just to play with Angel Reese, and I got a better insight on how she does her work. She say Lexi Hall says that girl don't sleep. Said that girl be in the gym first and she leave last. You got what I'm saying? That's Kobe. That's Michael Jordan. Listen, that's the shit that we see that we love. That's Tracy McGrady. That, you know what I mean? If Tracy McGrady would have did half of the workouts that Kobe did, we would have saw a better Tracy McGrady. But I digress. What I'm saying is this: I'm gonna land my plane. We see these people coming from overseas to take advantage of what what is open to them. And it's open to them because like Civica coming and Malunga coming, these ladies know if they come to the WNBA now, right now, they're in a great situation to make sure that they not only have the endorsement deals that they need, but also they have a situation for them to be a name forever in their own country. You got what I'm saying? So this is a really big position, y'all. A lot of people don't really look at what the WNBA is really becoming, but I see me and Nate live long enough, and then of course you Brooklyn coming up as a shorty. But me and they saw this shit in real time, and they in the exact time that the NBA broke off and became this great big league in the 90s into the early 2000s. This is what we going right now in the dub, and I feel like that at the end of the day, we have to be able to understand that expansion is good, but stick to who you sticking to. I know what you said, Mo3. I heard you. I was listening. I just was doing something in the back, so I couldn't come up. Yes, you are Angel Reese fan, and wherever Angel go, you gonna go. But trust me and Nate know how she is right here in Chicago. Right here, she wanna not only win championship, she said on the news, on NBC, ABC, and CBS, and Channel 9. But listen, she said that she want to bring championships like Michael Jordan here. So get it out your mind of what's going on, because right now we in a position to see the whole WNBA change its pace, and I land. I wish you had to drop the mic explosion. Hey, yes, sir. 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 Man,
You done with your soliloquy? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm done. I say
That man went on a 20-minute soliloquy. Need some tambourines. Wow.
Hey, don't get me on no light skin, brother Nate. You better be cool. Yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all. Look, I gotta go do some CMOS. I gotta make this CMOS for tomorrow. I got some orders.
CMOS is good. Hey, I gotta order some more.
Yeah, I got you. If you want to get it from me, I make it raw. So you know,
Pause.
y'all listen. I love Paul.
I make it raw.
Pikachu, don't egg him on, Pikachu. Pikachu, you
That
know
man
you
said
on
I
my
make it
team.
raw. Hold on now.
Oh my God. Y'all so
Pikachu, you see
Hey, you
me
said that.
down.
I'm trying to egg me on. You said that.
CMOS.
Pikachu,
You
don't
got
listen.
pause on the CMOS? Come on.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, brother Nate. All right, y'all. I love y'all. This is a great live. Listen, Brooklyn got maybe about 4 more. What you need? 4 more for 500. Want y'all hit the subscribe.
Thank you.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the
Hit that
subscribe
like
button, my
button. It's
brother.
free.
Hit the like button, it's free. Hit the subscribe button, it's free. Help my brother get to 500. Hey, man, listen. This brother be working real hard, breaking down games. It's a joy. I finally caught him live. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And Nate, leave these
Yeah.
light skin ass niggas alone, all right? Pause.
Pause.
That's funny.
Hey, Brooke, where you see Olivia? Where you think her best bet is to go? Because I saw some of them, but for me, I think her best bet is since Flaugier is going back is to go to LSU.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I like LSU for her. It just works out in so many ways.
Yeah.
LSU would be a place where um, she could try to get Kim Mulkey back in the championship game.
Hmm.
You know,
She in the SEC work on her
she's in the
defense.
SEC.
Yeah.
She has options, and then also the off the court stuff, the NIL. I just feel like it's a
Yeah.
great fit at LSU. But you know, a lot of people have a lot of different schools. I think she'll fit anywhere she goes. She's a point guard. She's a point
Yeah.
guard. So any place I need a point guard, I see T. Carmella saying UConn, Duke,
Ooh,
LSU.
you come out. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind any of those schools. I wouldn't mind any of those schools for Olivia, but for me, I would say LSU.
I'll say LSU. Yeah. LSU because I think she wants to improve her defense and at her point guard because I remember seeing one of her interviews and it was like she's like, yeah, I'm cool playing on the side hand, you know what I'm saying? She said it was odd for her playing off the ball. She's like, but I'm a point guard, but I know I need to work on playing off ball because it's a lot of different ball handlers in the W. But if she's gonna be the point guard and they're telling her, GMs are telling her, she probably also heard different GMs like, hey, you're a point guard, so you probably might need to go somewhere else and show that you're the point guard. Because two point guards playing on the side, that's why I was like playing in Seattle wouldn't work for her. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to start because she's a franchise player. I believe I think it was 1-2, her and Paige. But I think we both said that her going to, you know what I'm saying, play alongside Skylar. That's 2 point guards playing together. No. You're dwarfing her growth as a, you know what I'm saying, as a point guard, as a player. You know, you want her to actually grow, so you want to give her the ball. So I think that's another reason. She was like, you know what? I don't even want to. She knew Seattle had the 2 spot, and you know what? I think Zoe said this too. Seattle waited too long. They thought Olivia was probably coming out or Flage, and neither one of them came out. So their best bet would be to trade it, and guess who? Their best bet to trade for would have been Ariel Atkins. Their best bet to trade would have been that 2 pick would have been for Ariel Atkins. But guess what? Jeff looking real smart, ain't he? Sparks looking real smart. That they traded that number, the 2 and the 3 pick, are ahead. And you know what I'm saying? Now they don't look so dumb. And now, you know what I'm saying, Seattle like, well, yeah, we're gonna have to trade. We're gonna have to pick Malonga, but who's gonna replace that 20 points a game from Joel Lloyd? You know what I'm saying? Even AZ was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay another year, get another year under my belt. So I think that's another reason why Olivia was like, well, let me hit the portal and find a team where I can be the point guard and play alongside an actual 2 guard. But a system where it's gonna put the ball in my hand, and I'm gonna be the point guard every night, not not half the night, not half the possessions, not sitting on the bench. The most important part of the game, 5 minutes left in the fourth, and I'm on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So Hannah can shoot us out the game. That was definitely bad coaching. But I think it's a different perspective, NIL. So that's why I think she's going LSU because Flage, you know what I'm saying, she got an actual 2 guard on the side of her. Kim Mulkey is a you know what I'm saying, a guard, you know what I'm saying, coach, playing the SEC and playing at LSU because there's gonna be TV games because Notre Dame had, you know what I'm saying, had the thing too because of Hannah and her, but playing at LSU is different and playing the SEC is different. So my next question for you is
wait before you get to that, because
okay, go ahead.
What about and remember, well, I don't want you to forget your question, but we still on is your question still about the portal? Or you changed
it was somewhat. I was going to talk about AZ and Olivia, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, no, we still on the portal.
Yeah, the portal. Yeah.
Danielle Williams is asking, what about Taniyah Lotson? Where does she go?
Taniyah Lotson, Texas.
I think South Carolina.
South Carolina? No, because let's see who are they losing.
You know what? You're right.
Because, Texas. I think Texas.
I forgot about Malaysia. I forgot about
Yeah, Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia's going to be the 2 guard. Tessa's still there, so they're going to be
I
starting
could
next
see
year.
Texas. I could see
Yeah,
Texas.
I'll say
Yeah,
Texas.
that's a
And
good
I say
point.
Texas because of Madison Booker. Rory's leaving. So I say because Madison Booker is a 2 guard, but more of a small forward. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it as
So
a small forward.
yeah, she's a small forward to me too. So you get a 2 guard on the side of Tech, you know what I'm saying, the side of Madison Booker, and so you put that type of scoring threat, and they was just in the Final Four, and you put Tanaya Lawson on this team with Texas with that defense, because I think the only senior was Ward. Yeah, it was Rory Harmon. Am I correct? Yeah, I think that's the only senior they had. They probably got a couple leaving, but Texas is going to turn to like most of the bulk of their same team.
I think Danielle, and this is just like me reading body language. I don't know, I don't have any proof. But I think Tanaya Lotson don't like Flage. Not personally, but like on the court. I think they have like a little rivalry because they from the same they in the same class. And
Yeah.
Flage get all of the praise and all of the credit. And I think Tanaya Lotson feels some type of way. If you watch that game, if you go back and watch that game that Florida State played against LSU, and you watch how Tanaya Lotson was looking at Flage every time she scored,
A lot of jealousy.
she was looking at Flage like, you can't fuck
some
with
animosity.
me. So
yeah.
I think she wants to beat Flage. I don't think she wants to play with Flage.
And that's why I think she coming to the SEC. I think that's why she coming to the SEC. Yeah. Well, a better SEC team because was Florida State? Was they a Pac-10 team or something like that? I don't think they was SEC.
I don't know, but I could. Yeah, she want to beat Flage wherever she goes.
Yeah, she want to go to Texas.
You don't want to lose.
Why she go to Texas?
Lost.
Yeah, why she go to Texas? But I think because adding Tanaya Lotson to Texas, oh my God!
Yeah,
but also adding Olivia Miles.
Offense. That's a total different offense.
Total different offense. But she gonna have to play defense though. Wherever she goes, they're gonna tell her in the door, "Well, look, you got to play defense. You want to get on the floor. You want to win. You need to play defense. You need to get it together."
I'm gonna be.
We ain't all about Tanaya. We about.
Yeah, I agree with you, but y'all overrating this defense thing. Like, you gotta realize, and I'm gonna just say this, and then I want to get to your question about whatever you was gonna ask. I said this the other day on a different live or whatever the case may be, but different players have different skill sets. Like, you can't. This is not build a player right out here, right? Like, you're not gonna have a player with perfect handle and perfect shooting and perfect defense. It's like every time we look at one of these players and we see something they don't do well, we be like, they need to work on that. They need to get this better. No, they need to work on themselves as a whole. They need to work on their game and become the best product of themselves. Some players ain't gonna be lockdown defenders. They might be average defenders. Some players ain't gonna be.
I agree.
Hold on. Let me land. Some players ain't gonna have the the fancy dribbles. They gonna have the basic dribble. You get what I'm saying? Some players ain't gonna be fucking snipers from three. They gonna have average shots. You get what I'm saying? But we look at players and we see something they don't do well and be like, they need to work on that. They need to fix that because they don't shoot it like she shoots. They don't dribble like she dribbles. She doesn't defend like she defends. And it's like everybody don't have the same skill sets. And that works across basketball, across the board. Tell me how good Kyrie Irving's defense is.
Well, I understand what you're saying. So I was going to say
why nobody ever say Kyrie need to work on his defense? You get what I'm saying?
Kyrie because Kyrie is a cone, just like Marina Mabry is a cone.
I think it's also we get 4 years to over-exam. Sometimes you could overanalyze.
Overanalyze.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, yo, this is a great player. She's good at this. She's not good at this. This is a strength. This is a weakness. We look at these players and say, she needs to do this better. And then we, you know what I mean? They might be really good at it.
Tanaya is a freshman, though. She was a freshman. So that's what I'm saying. She can improve on it because she's a freshman.
No,
that's what I'm saying. You can always try.
Again, I'm not saying these players can't get better at their overall game. But to look at a player and critique a player and see something she don't do well, and like for instance, I'm just saying this because I'm looking at her on the screen, right? Sanaya Rivers, and I mean, she didn't play like it all season this year. I think she had
at all. Yeah, she had a better
worst
season.
But Sanaya Rivers is a lockdown perimeter defender. right? So is Cheyenne Sellers. She has locked down perimeter defense, right? I can't now look at those players and be like, you want to know what? Olivia don't defend like them. She need to work on it. Olivia don't have the skills they have. They have the
that's being
skills that
petty.
she don't have.
You
You
been
get what I'm
okay?
saying?
You over
No, I'm
exaggerating,
just
sir.
no. I'm just looking at the players on my screen right now. So it's like same thing with Georgia Amore. I could look at Georgia Amore and I could see certain things, and I could be like, you want to know what? Sanaya, you know, she doesn't score like an Amore does, but they skill sets are like totally different. And they're going to affect the game in different ways. But sometimes we see these players for 4 years and we start looking at stuff they can't do and expecting them to do it like another player does it. And it's like they two totally different players with two totally different skill sets. They're not going to be able to. And then I'm going to land with this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. You got certain players, and I'm just looking at my screen. You got like a Juju Watkins or even a Maddie Booker who can work on her game. Like a Maddie Booker is somebody we could look at and Juju, those are the type of players who could probably do all of the things well, right? Because they got the skill set and the body to be able to defend, right? Last point. And this is the point I made the other day too. You take a look at somebody like Michael Jordan. It's not a lot of Michael Jordans walking around. But Michael Jordan was really, really fucking good. And I'm saying that probably not giving him enough credit on the offensive end. And he was really, really fucking good on the defensive end. You get what I'm saying? But every player just don't have that. They not built like that to be able to do all of those things. Only the special ones can do that. Most players is good at what they good at. They got 1 and 2, and if they lucky, they got 3 skills, and that's what they good at. But like I said, in the girls' game, I'm noticing because they go through 4 years of college, and then we get to the pros, we start looking at these girls and saying, you need to do this and you need to do that. But that might, we never ask Harden. We like Harden play like Harden. We know he not no defender, and we accept it. We don't never be like, yo, if Harden want to,
come on, don't compare the women to the men. It's different. It's different. Compare WNBA players.
I'm gonna make a woman comparison right after this Harden one. But my point, I'm only using these ones because they like kind of clear and it's funny. Like people would never do that, right? You're never. I forgot the point I was gonna make it about Harden. So now we're gonna go to Chelsea Gray. Who Chelsea Gray defended in this unrivaled tournament? And she having a great great WNBA. Nobody is saying she's not gonna make it if she don't work on her defense. You get what I'm saying? Nobody is saying that. But Chelsea Gray don't play like her teammate. What's her name?
Jackie Young.
Jackie Young, dude. Jackie Young is the lockdown defender on that team. You get what I'm saying? Like different players got different skill sets. If Chelsea Gray was in college right now, we'll be like, yo, if she want to make it in WNBA, she got to work on her defense. That's what we be saying right now, right? And then,
but I didn't say that though. You just went on that whole soliloquy. All I'm saying,
I'm just making a point. I'm making a point. That's all I'm doing.
All I said is that some coaches say that. Because Flau'jae said Kim Mulkey taught her as a freshman because she came from high school scoring. And she said, I understand you're a scorer, but you're not getting on this floor unless you can play some defense. And basically try. Like some coaches demand defense stuff out of you. You know, you got to get them young. So that's why I said tonight with Tanaya, because she was young. That's why I say some coaches going to be like, hey, I understand you can score, but like I said, she's a freshman, she's only 19. But you get on this floor, you're not playing unless you can defend. Like we got scores. You know what I'm saying? So it's different now. Everybody can score now, but I need you to at least try. I understand your feet can't move like that. But if you got that athletic ability to you know what I'm saying, to boom boom. Because look at Steph. We can go Steph. Look, Steph used to be a cone. He's a great defender. The Steph will snatch that ball out your hand so fast. Not a great defender. I'm sorry. He's an average defender.
I'm not even.
He's an average defender. He went from being a cone to an average defender. Since you want to throw an NBA, I said he went from being a cone to an average defender.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
I got you. I'm not arguing with you. Hey, Dan, I'm giving Danielle some credit. Danielle Williams, you absolutely right. Especially losing Anissa, they need to figure something out.
Okay, yeah.
If they don't get a solid, person with size and ability to rebound, they're gonna be in trouble next year. So
they definitely need some size. Yeah,
definitely need some size. So
but I think they need a point and some size. Yeah, because they got some good freshmen coming in.
No, you're right. They definitely need both. They need a point and they need.
So okay, so my next question was gonna be after you went on your soliloquy, and you saying, well, about 4 years. I'm talking about a freshman that just ended her season. I want to talk about a player that's. I think you had in your mind. I was talking about Olivia, and I'm talking about a freshman.
No, I wasn't even talking about you, Brody. It's just when you hear something enough, and it's like
so many times. Okay,
it's like in basketball, it don't work that way, and it's like we do that a lot in this, and with these women players, we try to overanalyze their game. Like I said early in the season, I kept hearing a few people say Sonya Citron need to work on her dribbling, and it's like, well, how good?
I ain't never heard that one.
Well, how good do you want her dribbling to be?
But they want her doing dives between the legs. You
want her to come out here like Kiyomi McMillan, like so you can feel better. Like what you want her to do? Her dribbling is she has basic so that's all. It wasn't about you. It was about talking about if you follow the sport of basketball, men's game or women's game. Most players have a basic game. It's only the special ones that do something special, and it ain't many of them. That's the point I was making. It ain't many Juju Watkins. It ain't many Madison Bookers. It ain't many Jordans or whoever's. But the average player, the majority, don't do all that shit. They don't have great ball handling and great defense and great defense, right? Like they do one thing well. But when we watch these girls, we'd be like, we'll see what they do well, and then we see what they don't well, and be like, she needs to work on that. And it's like, yo,
but so AZ
she can get better. She can get better, but
look at AZ. So AZ improved her defense.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So she went from being a call to average.
To your point. I still won't say she's a lockdown defender, but she got better.
I say average. I say average.
I'm not saying
defense
is
good.
I'm not saying what you say. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
I won't say if I'm analyzing AZ's game today, especially based on what she used to be. I say, her defense has gotten better. You can clearly see it. You see the effort. She's making things happen on defense, but she's still not a lockdown defender. You get what I'm saying?
She need to be.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even when players work on their game, like, so now we talk about Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles could get better defensively, but she's never going to defend like a Sanaya Rivers because she's never.
That's not her game. It's not her game to be defend like that. I know what you're saying. All I'm saying, we old school, so it's for us. It's about effort. Just get out there and try to stop your man. Don't just like, oh snap, you scored. I'm gonna give me the ball. No, get down and at least try to slide your feet. Try and head the corner. Push him into the big man. Push him into the defense. Just try. You know what I'm saying? Or if you good, some players aren't good man on man defense. But like AZ, she's good on help defense and reading the passing lanes. Like those are dangerous defenders, the ones that read the passing lanes and get their hand in there because she got long arms. So it's boom, stick your hand in there like, oh man, because she reading the eyes, reading the play. So and pow, reading the passing lane, boom, darting out, got 2 or 3 steals, just like that. So because reading the defender's eyes, reading body language, you don't necessarily got to be a good one-on-one lockdown defender, like you said, but you can be a good defender. Average, just a good help defender, knowing when to dart, knowing when to shoot out, hit the gas.
Danielle Williams says Pow defense has improved as well. That's a fact. Pow definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she made sure she worked on her body. That's another thing too, knowing how to get better. It's like, hey, I want to get better. Okay, how? So she made sure she kept that 5th year and did another year of Body by Molly. That what I'm saying. Yeah, she definitely worked on her body. Lost a lot of weight and like turned a lot of it into muscle. So I definitely give her props for that. So my next question was like, as far as next year, so these 2 players, AZ Fudd and Olivia, I think they're gonna be top 3 draft picks. I say Lauren Best is number 1. Because you can't teach this 7.
Well, you put Tanaya Lots in that.
I put Tanaya Lots. Well, Tanaya Lawson's not a freshman. She's I'm thinking of Kiyomi McMillan. She's a freshman. Tanaya Lawson's going to be a senior next year, right?
Yeah,
she's a junior. Yeah, she's a junior trying to be a senior. So can she do another year of this? Like she literally just exploded on the scene and was scoring like crazy, but can you do it again in a tougher school? So if she can go to SEC, so I think that these players, they want to go to SEC and show that they can play against tougher players, tougher division. SEC is the best, or Big Ten, but if she can do that in the SEC and still like be part of a game plan, I think that's her issue. Can you do what the coach says? Because it don't matter how good you can score. If you can't be coached, you know what I'm saying, you'll get drafted, but you won't be in the league long. You know what I'm saying?
Danielle
You
Williams.
see how they blackball players like, I feel you don't want to be coached. You don't want to listen, then you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to be in this league. So
Nate.
yeah.
Danielle Williams says 9 Miles top 3 was this year, but next year I don't see it. What you think of that?
She definitely top 3. Like if she goes to LSU and leads them to the Final Four, she's top 2, easy. Because if she has better numbers, not even necessarily better numbers, let's say she has a bigger impact. If she goes to LSU and they win more games, and she does not, her stats are similar, but her impact is different. We talk how certain players impact the game, and you see more of her highlights of her dishes, dishing to Flau'jae. And you know what I'm saying, Flau'jae looks way better, and both of them entering the draft, and that's 1-2, and they like, and the discussion is this the best backcourt, you know what I'm saying, in college right now? Then they're going, you know what I'm saying, Flau'jae tonight, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be hearing Olivia Flau'jae all season. So Olivia definitely be top 5.
Oh, forget about
because
it.
it's gonna be a deeper draft next year with everybody staying. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people saying AZ.
Don't forget about Michaela Williams.
She's just a sophomore, isn't she?
Yeah, but I'm talking about LSU. If what you talking about next year?
Oh snap! You're right. Plus Michaela Williams. Oh yeah. Her impact could be different. She goes to LSU with Flau'jae and Michaela. Yeah, they be championship game. Easy. So
if they get that right, big, right? You need somebody.
Yeah, and they're right big.
You need somebody to at least
6'6",
rebound
6'5" big. Yeah.
Somebody to rebound.
An actual big. Yeah. To combat Lauren Betts, her big behind. Yeah, just like kind of pretty much do what.
Maybe Sedona Prince stay another year.
She done ran out of years. She's done. She done ran out. She done ran out of eligibility. I don't know if she getting drafted, but she ran out of eligibility. Like, and then when I saw it explained, even though Ayoka Lee, like, nah, I don't want to play basketball. I'm good. She can still be drafted. I was like, because her eligibility is out, so you're automatically declared for the draft, even if you run out of eligibility.
Danielle, that'd be a good place for it too. Danielle says Lotson and Betts. So if Lotson go to UCLA, that changes things for UCLA with Lotson there.
But Kiki Rice and the only senior is, but they don't have no seniors though. They're returning everybody.
Yeah, but you could play at the 2. You got that small ass London Jones. You could send her ass to the bench or something, shit like that. Put Lotson at the 2 with Kiki.
I don't think she's gonna go there because she had to share the ball too much. Like that's why I don't think she'd fit in South Carolina, because Dawn is about, team game. Like you ain't under the solo mess. That's why Sarah Strong didn't go there, because Dawn was like, well, you gonna come off the bench and you gonna earn your minutes.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood what she was doing. I think she was doing the draft. She not doing where they would go.
Oh, okay. Betts, Lotson, Flau'jae, then maybe
draft.
And it also, it depends on need. It depends on who's drafting after whoever bets. Cause so let's see, because if Connecticut will be in the lottery. So let's say who's gonna be the best thing? Let's say because Washington, they gonna suck. Let's say Washington gets the number 1 pick and the Suns get the number 2 pick, which will be the Sky, because they have a pick swap. You think the Sky not selecting Miles? So that was gonna be my question. If the Sky has the 2nd pick in next year's draft, you take it, and AZ goes off for 20 and 4.
Lawson.
Huh?
I'm taking Tanaya Lawson.
I'm not taking. I'm taking either AG or Olivia. I'm taking either one.
But you gotta understand what I like better. All right. So I don't. Of course,
It's about need, though. Okay, it's not about who you like. It's about need.
I listen to what I'm saying because I learned something this year. Tanaya Lawson plays the one for Florida State. I thought she played the two because of all the scoring, right? She plays the one for them. So she's a point guard. She could play the one or the two, right? She's just a scoring guard, whereas Olivia is more of a passing guard. So with the type of big that, again, go back.
But she can score though.
Go back and look at not go back and look at. We all know what just happened in Unrivaled when with Chelsea Gray, right? Chelsea Gray was getting buckets for the Rose. Chelsea Gray is the reason why the Rose won a championship, right? Chelsea and Angel was the 1-2 punch, right? Angel was the heart and the soul for the team. If you look at last year, Kennedy, what Kennedy was for Chicago, that's why we had the Barbie and Ken duo, right? Even if you go back to LSU and you got Lex Luthor, what Lex Luthor did for LSU allowed Angel to be Angel. I'm saying all that to say Angel likes killers, right? And it brings, because she wants somebody to get a bucket. She like it brings the best out of her so she can do her job well. Angel do all the dirty work, right? Angel, perfect example is like if you think about the Boston Celtics, the big three. Angel's like KG. KG was the best player on the Celtics, but he wasn't always the leading scorer, right? He let Paul Pierce be the go-to guy, right? Rondo was the fast break guy. KG did all the dirty work. Even though he probably was the overall best player on the team, he didn't demand the ball, say me, right? He liked to have dogs with him. Get what I'm saying? Same thing with Rasheed Wallace when he went to Detroit. Rasheed Wallace, a lot of people underestimate Rasheed Wallace because of the way he played. Rasheed Wallace, KG, those types of players are what they're called is unselfish superstars, right? When Rasheed Wallace was on Detroit, he allowed Chauncey Billups to be big shot. Now we know Chauncey Billups ain't no superstar. Chauncey Billups ain't better than Rasheed Wallace, but he was the guy in crunch time that the shots went to. Rip Hamilton was a guy down a stretch that got the mid-range shots, right? Even though Rasheed was the best player on the team. So now if you take a look at Angel Reese, that's the type of player she is. She's the type of player that wants to do all the dirty work. She don't need to be the leading scorer. She don't need to be the person that gets the ball all the time, right? She's gonna be the person who makes things happen. She's probably going to be the most important person on the team because of everything she does, right? She's probably going to be the MVP of the team, but she don't necessarily need to be the best scorer, right? She allows people on her team to do that, a la Chelsea Gray, what Chelsea Gray did for the Roses, right? So now when you say need, I think we need a killer. I think we need somebody who can make a bucket in crunch time. I think we need somebody who is not afraid to take the shot at the end of the shot clock, right? Like those type of players. And to me, Tanaya Lawson is the best player available. Like it's a couple players when you think about. There's a couple players. We could disagree, but I think so. There's a couple players when you think about who fit that mold, right?
Okay,
one of them. Hold on, let me finish. One of them is Paige Beckers. She's coming out this year. We not getting her. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about players who fit that description that we could get like out of the draft or maybe that's in the league. One of those players is Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers is one of those players that could get you a bucket at the end of a shot clock, down the stretch, crunch time. I need you to make these 3 buckets. Paige Beckers is one of those players, right? Tanaya Lawson is also one of those players that can score, get you a bucket. You know what I mean? Another one of those players is somebody like maybe Enrique. So I'm thinking about somebody in the league now, right? I'm just saying it's different people who have that in them. And some of those players is in a draft that we draft them, or we might have to trade for it, right? Like it's gonna be different ways that you could get that player. But it's certain people that have that I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but just has that in them. Like, who's that type of player? You get what I'm saying? So now when we go back to what you asking, your original question of next year's draft, who would I want if we got a top 2 or top 3 pick? I would want to fill that need because, again, and I'm landing my plane right here with this, I feel like we one player away. Chicago for winning the championship. I feel like if you look at everything we have, we got everything we need. We have defense, right? We have defensive team. We got rebounding, right? We got playmaking, right? What we don't have. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the one thing we missing, is one thing we missing, and that's the go-to player. That go-to, that Paul Pierce for KG, right? Like I mentioned, right? That Chelsea Gray for the Roses. We don't have that player. And if we could get that player in a draft or a trade, right? A pure scorer, yes, Danielle, but more importantly than a pure scorer, somebody that has because people get nervous in crunch time when it comes down to, we need you to hit this shot. It's the Kelsey Mitchell for the Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever. You get what I'm saying? Clutch. Like, we need that player. Who's that player? And if you look in the draft, it's Tanaya Lotson for us if next year, right? If it's not in the draft, then it's somebody we would have to trade for. But we need our Kelsey Mitchell, our Chelsea Gray, our Paige Beckers, like that player who has that heart to be like, I'm gonna go get us a bucket. I'm gonna get us these. I'm gonna knock down these next 5 buckets because can't nobody score. I'm gonna go run off these next 5, but you don't have to go run off. You know what I mean? The team, and teams go through droughts. So you knock down the next 2 or 3 buckets, then all of a sudden, boom, we back in rhythm. Now we moving the ball again. Blah blah blah. But I just need that player that's saying that has the heart to be like bucket. Right? It's crunch time. We need somebody to make a big shot. I'm gonna get us. It might be Ariel Atkins,
and that's why they acquired Rebecca Allen. What is y'all talking about, dude?
I was waiting for him to finish so I could tell him the difference between Tanaya Lotson and the players he named. The players you named, the difference is they've won. Arika Wallet won in college. Chelsea Gray won in college. Tanaya Lotson ain't won nowhere. She's in Florida State. Yeah, she's in Florida State scoring all those points in a conference nobody knew about because she wasn't playing nobody. All right. That's why they went after Angel, and I really wish people stop saying he didn't want Angel. Yes, he did. They wanted Angel and Camilla because they won championships. They wanted players that's been there, so they're not nervous. That's been in tournament championships. That's been in the playoffs, so they already know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Tanaya Lawson has no idea what it takes. Has no clue. You know who does? Olivia, because she's been there. You know what I'm saying? Even last, when she got hurt. But when she was a freshman, they was in the Sweet 16. AZ definitely knows. Even though they went to, saying they was in the Final Four freshman year, she's like, man, I don't remember. I was so nervous. They're gonna remember her now. This year and next year, she didn't. When she go to the Final Four back-to-back years and a championship game. I want players that's been there. I don't want somebody that's like, oh, well, when I was on my Florida State, I just took the ball to the hole. Even though Angel's open down there, I'm finna take this shot because that's what I'm used to. You don't want that. You want that guard that can shoot the 3, like Olivia. If I'm open, boom, I have that separation. I'm going to make this pass because I got vision like Chelsea Gray, who Chelsea Gray loves Olivia. She's like, man, I'm going to try and do this between-leg pass. And she tweeting that. Is Olivia in the building? I want Olivia Miles or AZ Flood because they've been there. They've been coached right. They didn't say, oh, I don't like the way you coaching me because you're trying to discipline me because I want to do what I want to do, so I'm going to leave. I don't want that. No, absolutely not. No, sir.
I disagree that Tanaya Lotson can't be one of those players, but I feel what you're saying. I'm not mad at what you're saying. I think
that's my critique. I want someone that's been there.
I think you don't respect Tanaya Lotson. Like, I think
I don't.
I don't. Yeah, you don't. And I think that's the issue. But I do agree with
33% from 3, 27 before that. 20% before that, and in schools that's in the conference that nobody knows. So absolutely, she's been scoring like this since her freshman year, but that's why nobody knew about it.
Confused
because she ain't been playing nobody.
Don't say
You
wait.
see what
Time out.
Anissa
Don't say
did?
hold on, hold on,
Anissa
hold on,
knew
hold on,
that.
hold on. Don't say nobody been knowing about it because again, and I don't know.
I
If
mean,
this,
I knew,
I don't
but
know. I was about to say I don't know if this is your,
mainframe media.
I don't know. Okay, that's your angle because I was about to say I don't know if
Yeah,
this is because one thing I've
that's what I'm
noticed.
gonna say. Mainframe media. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed is I've and I say this a lot too, just for a disclaimer for people who don't know. I started watching college before I started watching WNBA ball. I came to WNBA ball when Angel got drafted. That's when I started paying attention to WNBA. Since I've been watching WNBA, I've noticed not everybody. I'm sure some people was in tune, but a lot of people are more focused on WNBA ball than they are on college. So a lot of people don't, like, to your point, they won't know who most players is until they senior season or until they start making noise and then they won't know. That's why that's a part of my conflict with Cheyenne Sellers, because like you said, I've known about Cheyenne Sellers, I've known about Tanaya Lots, and I've known about these players because I started watching them first. Those were my stars first before anybody in the WNBA. It was these college players. These college players was my stars first.
Yeah.
So
You think
that's
Cheyenne
why I
can be a
said,
point guard in the W?
of course,
Or
absolutely.
you think I was thinking would they probably convert her to small forward shooting guard
Probably,
because a lot of quicker guards, you know what I'm saying? Like,
probably.
hey, go guard Caitlin, but when we go against like the smaller guards, she needs to improve her foot speed. She's just not as quick. And it could be her injury. That's another thing. It could because she was playing hurt, she wanted to win. And that's another thing. I want that too. But at the same time, hey, sit your behind down and get healthy. But that fire of wanting to compete at the same time, it was like, man, I'm hurt. This sucks. I want to do more for my team, but I can't. So I was like, I wonder if they would keep her as a one in the W because of her height, that she can play so many different positions. Like, okay, so this is my thing. If I don't think she drops to 10, but if she was to drop to 10 because of her injury, you know what I'm saying, Cheyenne Sellers, and the Sky Picker, she does good. They do the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? But also, like, okay, and the Sun get the lottery and the Sky get a pop pick and Olivia's there, and they're like, well, snap, let's get this pure point guard. Let's get this big lineup and let's get Olivia. So you get Olivia at the 1 and you tell Sellers, like, hey, go ahead, move to the 3. You got Ariel Atkins, you resign her. I think that you set up for a dynasty right there because you have your core. Like, I know Zoe's always saying, what's your core? To me, that would be your core. This 10th pick, if you can get Cheyenne Sellers and your pick next year with Angel and Camilla.
How good you think that team would be at shooting the ball?
I mean, if Olivia continues to shoot, and that's another thing.
I'm not
if
worried
Olivia
about Olivia
shoots like she did next year, so you worry about Cheyenne Sellers.
I'm worried about.
I think with an off season,
that's not a good lineup. Not for Angel.
You don't think so? I mean, I'm saying next year.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying
so this year I would bring her off the bench and develop her shot. I would bring her off if you draft her at 10, you're not starting her anyway because you got Courtney. So I would, you know what I'm saying? Because that's why I'm glad they got the coach they got, because he's going to develop her and the coaches he got around her. And I love the fact that he took his time too. He made sure he got the right coach.
That lineup you just named, compare that to a championship lineup in the past, however many years. You go back as far as you want. Tell me what team that reminds you. Oh, this team played like the team I built.
Okay. So that team, I'm speaking of also development. I'm just saying a future team, but I'm also Ariel Atkins at the 2, Olivia at the 1. Okay, I'll say Ray Burrell. If I can get Ray Burrell, I'll put her at the 3, to be honest with you.
The reason why I ask you that is because, like, when I look at this Chicago Sky lineup, right, with a center like, and again, I know people always go to extreme, so I'm not saying these players play exactly like the players I'm about to mention, right? I'm just talking about play style, what you have on the floor. When you got a center like Camila Cardoso and a power forward like Angel Reese, right?
Mm-hmm.
This team reminds me a lot of those Minnesota Lynx teams with Maya Moore. You understand what I'm saying? So now you start thinking about what pieces can you put on a team to resemble that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Lindsey. Is it Lindsey Whalen? That was the name.
Yeah, Lindsey Whalen. Yep.
Lindsey Whalen, right? A point guard who knew how to run the offense, but also could shoot a three, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need that type of point guard. That's easy to find, right? The hard part is the two wing players, right? Because it ain't many Maya Moores walking around, and it ain't many Simone Augustus walking around, right? Now I thought we was closer to that when we had obviously different sizes, different differences, but the way Kennedy shot the midi, I'm like, okay, that's even though Simone is a lot taller, is a similarity there with scoring, right? So now we just have to figure out the point guard, small forward situation. Then I was thinking Olivia. Okay, Olivia to me is a better point guard than they had. So we could get a small forward who's not as good as Maya Moore, but just somebody who's could do some things or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of my thought process before when we had Kennedy. We lost Kennedy. We got Ari Watkins now. Right. Still a solid player, whatever the case may be. But my point in saying all that is you need a team. When I think about teams that could win, right, we can't compare ourselves to like a Candace Parker Lakers, right? Because we don't have a player like
Sparks. The Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks. Angel don't play like Candace Parker played, right? Candace Parker had more guard skills.
Of a perimeter. Yeah.
Angel have guard skills, but Candace guard skills is on another level. She played actual guard. So I can't compare. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that's why to me the Minnesota Lynx stand out because you had Rebecca Brunson. Was that her name?
Yeah, Rebecca Brunson. Yeah. In fact, you remember those names. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, no, I know a little bit because I did dib and dabble in the WNBA. My favorite player at that time was Angel McCautry. So I used to tune in every once in a while just to watch her play. I didn't care about the WNBA. Okay. I used to watch her play. This is her era or whatever. So I knew a little bit about the different teams. And then I like Maya Moore as well. Right. But anyway, my point in saying all that is Rebecca Brunson was an offensive rebounder, right? She was somebody who couldn't shoot the three early in her career and ended up developing a shot. And then you had what's her name? Sylvia Fowles, I believe, the big girl, 6'6", 6'7".
Yep.
So that's why when I look at this team, that's why when I look at this team and I look at Camilla, 6'7", and I look at Angel, offensive rebounder, developing a three, right? Now it's like build the pieces around them. Lindsey Whalen, you could kind of compare to you could say similar to Vandersloot. So now we really close to having a team like that team that was in the finals every year, right? So again,
what do you think we need?
The hard part, the hard part is
the wing
is a Maya Moore and a Simone Augustus. We do have Ari Watkins, so cool. You can kind of say, obviously you might say Simone is better. Right, or maybe not. I don't know because RU she's all-star defensive player of the year. Maybe they closer in comps if you comparing them than you think. So again, I already said that the player that we missing is just a killer. Regardless if it's at the small forward position, point guard position, whatever. We just missing that player that could knock down a shot in crunch time. So again, who that person is, I don't know, but I'm just telling you my thought process when I look at this team and how it's being built. I'm thinking about play styles and what can this player do? Like if I'm gonna compare you again, I can't compare Angel to a Candace Parker because they even though they have similar games, their games are different.
Different play styles, yeah.
I could compare it to a Rebecca Brunson though, even though I think Angel is better than a Rebecca all around. She's a better player.
Similar play styles.
Play styles. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when I think about the team, that's kind of how I'm thinking, like, what piece are we missing? So that's why when you add in the Cheyenne Sellers, I'm like, she don't quite fit for what we have. I think she'll fit the WNBA? I think she'll be perfect in the WNBA. 6'2", can defend, can play make. I think she could play. I think Cheyenne Sellers best fit in the WNBA or be on a team like a a Liberty, right? A team that has shooting at the 5, shooting at the 4, so she could attack because she likes to. Her play style is to attack the basket. She like to attack the basket, put you in a post spin off you, get to the basket. Well, you can't do that if Angel trying to offensive rebound and Camilla's in there with her hand up. Like we gonna have another team that's all in the paint. So she needs to be on a team that she could kick it to, and then she could drive, right? And then she.
Okay, what do you think about because I'm looking at the mock, and they said we got Serena Sundell, another 6'2" point guard from Kansas State at the 16th spot.
Say that one more time. I was reading the
Serena Sundell from Kansas State.
Oh, I
she play with a ukulele.
So she do the same shit. She get in there. She like the post.
No, she's a shooter. Okay, you mix it up with somebody else because Serena Sundell is an actual shooter and can pass.
Okay, we disagree. I ain't even gonna get into that.
You don't think she is a shooter?
Hell no, not even close. Talking about she a shooter. She ain't no fucking shooter. Sports fan.
Okay, who do you like?
Hold on. Let me read this comment. Sports fan man says, honestly, it's boring when you know the teams is basically battle of the dynasty championships. I think he's saying when it's the same championships every year. I feel you.
Yeah. I think you're. I'm right on point with you. That the Sky are a player away. I'm just wondering if we can, when they're they can find that player in the draft, but which draft? It could be this one. I don't think it's this one. I think it's next year. I think it's going to be a Connecticut Suns lottery pick, and I think that player can be AZ. Either AZ for her because she's doing that ball is in her hand 0.5 seconds. 0.5.
Yeah, she got a quick shot too. But especially if she has another year developing, like you said, get stronger, get more mentally comfortable after the injury, right? And all of the things, then it could be an AZ.
Yeah.
AZ too. AZ is one of those players that I was mentioning. We just need one of those players. We need one of those players that can feel comfortable being our leading scorer on some nights and being and I think
you get one of those players, and I think we're set for years to go. I think we're set.
But like I said, the way you get better, it don't have to be in a drive, right? Because again, a lot of these GMs like veteran players. So the way you get better is either through the draft, do free agency, or do a trade. Those are 3 ways to make your team better. So those are going to be our 3 options that we're going to use between this year and next year in 2027 to get better. And we just have to find that piece because we have a solid starting line. Like I said, I still think we got question mark at the 3 until somebody comes out.
Michaela is not the starting 3. At all. I know Brooklyn loving it. Everybody wanted to turn it to Jackie Young.
We won't know.
Not Jackie Young.
We won't know till next year, right? Because all of our 3s got question marks on them. Michaela Onyenwere is trying to figure herself out. Kia Nurse is trying to recover from an injury 2 years ago, ACL injury.
Right, she's healthy. I think she's going to be the starting 3. I think that's why she can't. I think she's going to be the starting 3.
But look, everybody's saying Juju is going to be back in a year. I'm saying 2 years, right? Because after you come back,
I say 2 years and a half. Yeah,
you got to mentally be prepared, and that's what Kia Nurse is going through. So now we got Kia Nurse in her second year, where she may be.
That's why AZ going back a second year.
She may be the best version of herself now, right?
Kia,
her second year, so maybe her. And then you got Rebecca Allen, like Mikachu was saying. Problem with Rebecca Allen, she also is injury.
She was hurt,
right?
Yeah. She was. That's what I was telling you about. When that video, when you saw her fall, that's when she realized that there was something in her back. Oh, okay. Like she was trying to play through her knee. And it's like, hey, you need to, while you're, you get this checked out, it's something in your back. Like what happened with Diamond the Shields, and she got elbowed when she found that tumor, and the girl elbowed her. She's like, man, this chick just elbowed me in my back, and they thought it was just like a tissue issue, and a tissue issue, just cartilage. And then she had did the MRI thing, and she's gonna go play just like a week or so. And then it's like, hey, you need to have surgery. She's like, surgery? It's like, yeah, you got a tumor back there. And then didn't realize the tumor was wrapped around her nervous system. So that same thing was, Yeah, Diamond. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
with
yeah. I know
Rebecca
Diamond story.
Allen,
I thought you were talking about Rebecca Allen. I know Diamond story.
right? No, I'm saying it's similar because when Rebecca Allen was hurt, they found another injury while she was out. And they was like, "Hey, you got cartilage moving around in your back, and we're gonna since you're out, we need to go ahead and sit you for the rest of the year and just go ahead and scope it out." That's why she wound up sitting there. Just she grabbed her back when she fell because she, you know what I'm saying, that she had like cartilage moving, like bone moving around in her back, and didn't even realize it. And that's why it's like, "Oh, it's your knee," and she's like, "No, it's something wrong with my back," and that's when she had surgery on her back. So if she's healthy, a healthy Rebecca Allen and a healthy kid nurse, I think Big Sky gonna do damage, man. And that's why Angel is excited because she like, man, you know what I'm saying? I got a squad now. And then if they get like Gianna Neepkins, wait, did Gianna Neepkins declare or did she hit the portal?
She hit the portal.
Oh, so she not even she staying the extra year? Oh wow, so she.
Let me get.
I wonder where she going.
Let me get to this comment real quick. T. Carmella says, AZ and Olivia both wants to play with Angel. Who's gonna win Chicago over next season for them to pick them?
Yeah, and so and next year, new CBA and the Sky will have their facility ready. You know what I'm saying? Ready to be in December. So you know what I'm saying? That'd be perfect. So I think they're setting up this year. Like, look, we're gonna show we can compete. We finna hit the playoffs, do damage in the playoffs. Because you know they finna pick the Sky. Whatever team Angel on, they want to push them in the bottom. Even if they're a championship contender team, they're gonna put them at like 5 or 6. So since it's Angel on the Sky, they're gonna have them probably like 11 or 12 again, just because Angel on the scene. Like these people.
Danielle Williams says, "How do y'all think Arella will do?"
Who? Ariella Grantes?
Yeah.
It depends on who they get in the draft. Like, I think it's like open season. I think she has a good chance to make it because if they get who they want in the draft with 10 and 16, because you know they got 2 spots open. It depends who they get in the draft. Like if they get Asia Sifka, who's mocked, Asia wants to come up, but I think they're like, hey, go develop another year. And I think Ariella can make it. And the 16 pick makes it. Like if they get Bree Hall, I would love to have Bree Hall, you know what I'm saying? Hit the 3, can defend.
Good pick. Yo, sports fan, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you gotta worry. I think we gonna hang our hat on defense, bro. I don't think you gotta worry about
it.
I don't think.
Yeah, defense is gonna be the thing. Yeah, because the fact that he brought his dad in, his dad was like, "Hey, man, you gotta have people that defend too. You can't just go score."
And not only that, Angel got dogs with her now. She got defenders.
Yeah,
so she could.
Ariel Atkins is a 3-time all WNBA defensive, so she get into it. And the team she was on was trash, and she's still going all, you know what I'm saying, all defensive. That's awesome. And the fact that she like, oh, we trying to win. That's what you're. Oh, okay, yeah, let's go. So, well, yeah, and then you got a healthy kid nurse. I saw her going off, and what is the name of that? Oh my God, what was that 5-on-5 league? What was that league she was in, man? I forgot.
You talking about Athletes Unlimited?
Athletes Unlimited, yeah. She was going for Athletes Unlimited. E. Will was up there shooting corner jump shots because he was telling her, hey, you know what I'm saying, they want you to shoot more. So not only are we defending, he you know what I'm saying, he making sure they develop their games. And E. Will been in the league like 11 years, and he got her shooting jumpers. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing was more about development. I know Coach Tyler Marsh is going to develop them. He takes joy in expanding their games. So I don't think Cheyenne Sellers dropping the 10. You know, I would take her, but I think you get Asia Sifka.
I think if
that's awesome. You have her sit.
I think Cheyenne Sellers is a really good defender, so I give it that.
Yeah,
it make us a better defensive team. But I don't. And she did. You know what? Let me just say this because all these players can get better. If she improves in certain areas, maybe she can fit the team. I just feel like she just don't do enough. Like so the ball is gonna be in Vandersloot hands.
Yeah.
Vandersloot ain't standing in the corner. Vandersloot gonna have the ball in her hands. So when the ball ain't in
Yeah,
her
she moving. Yeah, I watched Vandersloot for years. Yeah.
right, and then Ariel Atkins is gonna be scoring the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You seen what Angel was doing with Lexi Hall. Angel would come down and kick the ball to Lexi Hall. She'll shoot the three.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Cheyenne Sellers is gonna have to play that style of ball, and I don't know if she fits that style of ball. You get what I'm saying? She's used to
I understand. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
If she develops
Development.
then cool.
Yeah.
Because she is going to add value to the team with what she do bring, which is she's going to bring 6'2" size, playing defense, being able to attack the basket. And pretty much she's going to do a lot of stuff Michaela on your way they do. She's just going to be a bigger version, right? So
and a cheaper version because Michaela want to get paid after this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like if I can trade, I get a better value, more athletic, a taller guard that can play 1 through 4, actual 1 through 4, and can move their feet and a 6'2". You know what I'm saying? If I could go like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Come here real quick. Hey, just stay on Caitlin. Don't help off. Just stay on her this whole fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? While Courtney, you know what I'm saying, resting because she's, you know what I'm saying, she's been going off. So I need you to go in there and stay on her hip. And, you know what I'm saying? Try to stay out of foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? Don't make her, if you foul her, make sure she don't get a shot off. You know what I'm saying? One of those, like, hey, go stay on her hip. You know, you need them play, especially in the playoffs. And you ain't worry about, you know what I'm saying? Especially you give her an option.
You don't think Cheyenne Sellers going to be another DD Richardson, though?
Oh, God, no. No. No, because DD was, now that's what's crazy is that DD, she didn't develop her game. She was real, so super close, you know what I'm saying? Focus on fashion and how she looked. Right? She didn't develop.
How tall is she? How tall is DD Richardson?
DD is 6'1".
She's 6'1", point guard, defender, right?
Yeah.
She's Cheyenne Sellers, bro. That's her comp. She DD Richardson.
But see, her coaches failed her and she failed herself because she ain't developed. She didn't go overseas or nothing. But see, that's what I'm saying. She didn't try and develop her game. This new age, this new class, you're gonna make sure that develop.
Give me Sarah Ashley Barker, bro. Give me Sarah.
I'll take her. I'll take Sarah Ashley Barker. You know what's crazy? She's not even on the mock draft. How do you not have Sarah Ashley Barker who just dropped 45?
You know what? You want to know why? Again, same thing. Like I said, because see, I've been watching this stuff since the beginning of the season. People only watch it when it got when these things change. So you absolutely right. Sarah Ashley's never been on a mock draft, but that's because she was hurt. She was another one of these players that was just hurt all year. And
like Zay Green. Yeah, like Zay Green.
She came back in the middle of the year, and they never just updated the mock draft. They just kept the same old mock draft. But she's been hurt.
Well, they just updated, and I still don't see her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why she's not there now.
That's crazy.
They never updated it. And the funny thing is, you would see somebody like Aaliyah Nye on there, right? But
Aaliyah Nye, right?
On that team, the go-to player is Sarah Ashley Barker. She's the person.
But they got Aaliyah Nye and Sarah. That's crazy.
So that's some of these mock drafts don't you know what I mean? They don't know what they're doing.
I think Sarah Ashley can go first round. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I think Haley can go first round because what she's put together, late first round. But I definitely can see Sarah Ashley Barker late first round, second round. She should go first round. Like the people, especially a lot of players that didn't go to this draft, Sarah Ashley Barker can sneak in that first round.
Yeah, I got we got 13 people watching us right now, right? We got 13 people watching us, and we got me, you, and Mo3 on the panel. I'm gonna put everybody in.
Mo3 went to sleep.
Mo3 the sniper. He had. Listen, I'm gonna put everybody to work, right? But first, before I'm gonna put the panel to work, I want to put the chat to work real quick, right? If you're a Chicago Sky fan, if we got 13 Chicago Sky fans in here, or just women basketball fans, and you want to do this, I just want to see what you guys think, right? And realistic, especially if you know the roster, especially if you know Chicago Sky's roster. If you need to go to Google and pull it up real quick, pull up the 2025 roster. I want to know what you would do at 10, 16, and 22. Realistically, what would you do? 10, 16, and 22. Before we give ours, we're gonna let the chat give theirs, and then we'll discuss with the chat thing, and then we'll give ours. But realistically, at 10, then at 16, at 22.
So are we going off? I mean, because we're going realistically, are we going off maybe Tankathon or something?
Could Barker,
who's going to be available, or are we just going off?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna answer that. Could Barker be go-to player of the sky? Okay, I'm gonna answer that for you in the second page. So you saying that you can use whatever you want, whatever tools at your disposal. If you want to use Tankathon, if you want to use ESPN, if you want to use whatever you want to use.
Never use ESPN. ESPN is dumb.
To help you make an educated even what I'm on right now. This is called this right here is called Women's I don't even know what it is. Women's Hoops Masterclass. Y'all can't see that. Make this big. This is on IG. If you go to, they have mock drafts on here too. Women's Hoops Masterclass. So whatever tool you want to use, but I just want to know what people would do. Like realistically, who would they get at 10 to to take this roster to the next level, right? To feel like, okay, if we had these pieces, this roster is really good. You get what I'm saying? These three pieces, realistically, Paige is not falling at 10, right? Malonga's not falling at 10, right? The people who not falling at 10, I don't want to hear. But somebody who might be there around 10, 16, and 22, I just want to know what you guys would do.
Well, I'll get when you're ready. I'll just do 10 and 16 because I don't think they're gonna keep 22. There's a good chance they might keep 16 though.
While people is figuring that out, let me answer this question. Could Spry be a good go-to player for the Sky Barker? I don't think so. I don't think she has a skill set efficiently to play the 3. So I think she'd be a better 4. And I think she's a 4. I think she's a point forward. I think she's a point forward on the next level.
How tall is she?
Similar to like what Joyce Edwards is for South Carolina. I gotta look it up. I don't know her height right off the top of my head.
You talking Sarah Ashley Barker, right?
Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about. I'm thinking about the girl from UCLA. That's what I thought she meant.
I'm pretty sure she said no, Barker.
You're right. Yeah. So that's my
You thinking of Janiyah Barker? You thinking of Janiyah?
Yeah.
I think she's talking. Yeah, we were just talking about Sarah Ashley Barker.
That was my mistake. That was my mixed up page. If you're talking about Sarah Ashley Barker, then the answer is yes, because that's who I had in mind. So yes, to answer your question, yes, if it's Sarah Ashley Barker you meant. I'm thinking about the girl from UCLA when you said that. My mind, I forgot all about Sarah Ashley Barker.
When you literally just said that's wild. I'm just discussing Sarah Ashley Barker. You like, Janiyah Barker?
Automatically with the Janiyah Barker. I'm like, nah, I don't think she could fit this guy. But yeah, Sarah Ashley Barker, absolutely. Oh, see, look, I say absolutely, and I click on the next comment. It's absolutely not. That's hilarious.
That'd be my pick too.
Yeah, so I don't pick. This is a good pick. Yeah. Danielle Williams says Pow Pow at 10. I like that. I like Pow Pow at 10.
Yeah, I don't think Pow Pow dropping a 10 either. Yeah, I will take her if she drops a 10, but I don't think she makes a 10. Especially she has a good game in the national championship, but she's had a good tournament. It ain't had to be nothing flashy. She's just been very efficient and good defensively. So that's a good guard coming off the bench. She's been very efficient. Hasn't made a lot of mistakes. So, but yeah, I'll take Pow Pow. But I think realistically, because I know they got Asia Sifka here at 10. I don't think they're going because they want players that's going to play, that's going to come over. So I would say Sarah Ashley Barker at 10 as well, because I don't think Cheyenne Sells is dropping that low. I definitely don't want Sanaya Rivers because this is probably her worst season yet. So I say Sarah Ashley Barker at 10 and Bree Hall at 16.
See, I said that. I said earlier, before you got on, I said at 10, I said Tahina Pow Pow. I said at 16, I said Haley Van Lith, and at 22, I said Bree Hall.
Yeah, they got Haley Van Lith at 21. She not dropping that far. She not dropping that low. Her draft stock went way up. I think the only way Pop drops to 10 is if Connecticut takes her or Georgia Amore. Because I don't know why people keep saying Georgia Amore to the sky. No more small. They do not want small guards. They don't want any more Dana Evans. Okay? They don't want no more Dana Evans. No, the smallest guard they're gonna have is Courtney, and
I don't
she's
have an
what
issue.
5'8".
So I don't have an issue. Well, to the sky, no, because we got small guards on the sky. I'm talking about for the WNBA. I don't have an issue with Georgia Amore's height. I think she'll be fine in the WNBA.
Yeah, I'm just not for my team though. Yeah, just not for my team.
I don't think you should have multiple small guards on the same team is the problem.
Yeah,
and we already
got Mariah.
Yeah, Mariah's 5'6", but even Vandersloot only 5'7". People act like that's like so much talk. Like
Vandersloot, I thought she was like 5'8", 5'9". Oh wow,
Vandersloot is 5'7". So no, I don't want another small guard on the sky.
Definitely not. That's why I'm like, why would y'all say Georgia Amore? We haven't got enough small guards on this team.
But the funny thing is the same thing with Van Lith. Van Lith only 5'7". I know they got her listed at 5'9". But the only reason why
she's 5'7". The
only reason why I said Van Lith is because we do need a point guard, and I know that's Angel's girl. So she could learn from Van Lith and then end up taking over for Van Lith eventually.
She can learn from Vandersloot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Vandersloot. Mo 3. You with us, Mo 3? What's your 3 picks for the sky if you with us? Then either of the NC State girls are
power. 22, I'll take Westbell.
Yeah, Zaya James. Yeah, I'll take a Zaya James if Pow not there.
Yeah, Zaya James definitely not going to be a team.
You think she raised her stock that much?
Actually, she probably will be there at 10, but I'm not taking her at 10. I already got a shooting guard. I need a point. Point or 3. Or back, 3 that can do 4 too. They can play behind Angel. So that's why I see why they picked Asia Sivka, 6'4" small forward, but she's not.
Sundale.
What'd you say, Brody?
Why
Serena Sundale.
This guy picking Serena Sundale.
Oh, why they got it on here? Listen, they just got a bunch of shit. I don't pay attention to where they got these players.
Sometimes Tankathon be decent, but they are all over the place this year.
So you think that's a shooter?
I want this guy to. Oh, never mind.
Hold on, before you get into that Mo 3, I'm asking Nate. Nate, you think that's a shooter, Nate?
Look, she had better shooting. No, don't go there. But she had better shooting games. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you pulled up Cheyenne Sellers stats and you was like, yeah, her percentage is good and 1.23 a game.
Look at this. Look how many times she shoot the ball, bro. This is Sundown. When she shoot the ball 19, she shoot the 3 19%, bro. Like it's terrible.
32%. What you looking at?
No. Her percentage is 32%. This is her rate. I'm saying out of the percentage of shots she take, only 19% of them is from 3. Most of the shots is from inside the arc. This is what she shoots from behind the arc.
Well, let me take a look at Asia Sifka's numbers since they got her up here.
All right, Mo 3. What's your 3?
I want it. I just like before.
I ain't got no stats for her.
I don't got no. I want the Pow, the Haley Van Lith, and the big. I would probably pick Maddie Westbell.
Maddie Westbell. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Danielle said she'll take Timpson at 22. I ain't mad at you. Paige said at 10, I'm taking Sarah Ashley Barker. Me too, Paige. We on the
Yeah, me
same.
too.
We on the same page. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Right, I knew he was gonna go there. Yeah, Paige, we on the same page.
Nah, I'm with Danielle.
Danielle
We're
says she'll
taking
take.
Pow Pow.
Hey, I'm on the same page with Danielle too. If I'll take a Pow Pow at 10 as well.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
I'm looking at Connecticut with these back-to-back picks. The Mystics with these back-to-back. Three out of the first 6 picks. 3, 4, and 6. Yeah, Kiki going 5. Anissa Morrow should not be dropping lower than like 4.
I'm gonna drop the link if somebody in the chat want to come up and chat with us.
Just say, Joe. You see, they got a lot of foreign players this year, so that's what I think is going on. Probably, you know what I'm saying, mix up the draft is a lot of foreign players said they want to come over and play this year. They don't want to sit. Like, hey, you draft me, I'm playing. So I just found that
I'm excited
interesting.
to see I'm more excited to see how good some of them are because it's like we don't get to see them play. So I want to see, and then when we do see them play, like highlights and stuff, we don't know how good the competition was. So
Right.
I really want to see like how good they are.
So Asia Sivka has been playing with Emma Mieseman. So that's what I've been hearing about her. Asia Sivka has been the best player, you know what I'm saying, not named Emma Mieseman. Huh?
Yo, T. Camilla, what's your beef with Sarah Ashley Barker, man?
What's she saying?
She said, I like the suggestions of the players in the chat for the Sky, except for Barker.
That's messed up.
What's up, T. Camilla? What's your beef?
Later, Mikachu, good night. She said she gonna call tonight.
Yeah, she bounced already. Danielle's asking Kiki or Murrow.
Morrow.
Give me that dog.
Well, Kiki actually, I'll take Kiki. Kiki got a better shot.
Shit, you couldn't tell.
That's true. That's coaching, though.
He does have a better
Well,
shot.
you know what's crazy? Anissa at DePaul, her first 2 years, she saw a lot more threes than she did at LSU. A lot more threes.
That's a fact.
She was shooting a lot better. Like her, she forgot to shoot. Like Kim Mulkey was like, just get in that post, baby, and just grab those rebounds. Don't worry about shooting.
And Mulkey did her the same way she did Angel.
Yep.
Because Angel used to shoot. She used to have that midi. She went there, and it's like she forgot how to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, had to learn all over again. Yeah. That's why another reason I feel Sky are going to be really good is because Angel and Camilla. Seeing their development over, you know what I'm saying, Camilla overseas, I think Angel and our rival, man.
I think they both gonna average a double next year.
Yep, I'm thinking Camilla 15 and 10, Angel, I say 18 and 12.
I got better. I got better than that. What you got, Mo3?
Bruh, you guys talking about some championship shit then, bruh.
Hey, well, listen. Hey, if it falls that way,
then. If you think, hey, Mo3, if you think that's championship, if
those two are averaging 40 plus and 20 plus rebounds, who's beating them?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Listen to my numbers, because his numbers wasn't even good enough, Mo3. I got Camila Cardoso. I got Camila Cardoso averaging 20 and 10 next season.
What?
And I got Angel averaging 18 and 13 next season.
Okay, we definitely winning the championship if they doing that.
That's the same. No, his numbers was better.
No, he said 15 and 10. I said
20. I said 15 and 10.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
yeah, he said 15 and 10. I'm saying Camilla's going to average 20 and 10. And I thought
he said 18 and 10. My bad.
I think Angel.
No, I said 18 and 12 for Angel and 15 and 10 for Camilla.
Angel's going to average 18 and 13. But here's my asterisk on that. Angel said on one of her podcasts she wants Defensive Player of the Year, which I think is possible. But
she gonna focus on. She trying to kill everybody's shot.
But she also said, I want most improved player of the year. So
So
now
she's trying to get it in. Yeah.
that changes things for me because I feel like if she wants what she averaged last year, what 13 and 13 or something like that.
Yeah, 13 and 13.
I
And
think
she got hurt.
if she want most improved player of the year, she got to average 20. So I'm gonna give her 22 and 11. If she gets MIP. If no MIP, I'm going with my numbers. I think
Dude, if she's I'm gonna say this right
18
now.
and 13. But if with MIP, if she get that next year, it gotta be like 22 and 11, I think.
Bro, if she's averaging 22 and 11, that's MVP numbers. I'm sorry. And especially if they're winning and she's averaging, because if she's playing anything like she did in Unrivaled and she's averaging 22 and 11, she's going to be in conversation for MVP. Easy. And especially if they come out shot, they win.
And let's be clear, I'm not saying she's going to average that. I'm saying if she gets MIP like she says she wants to get, I think those got to be the numbers. I think she
those are MVP numbers, bro.
I think she got to average 18 points, 13 rebounds.
For MIP, you're right. For MVP, 22 and 11 is
no
MVP.
MIP.
Yeah.
No MIP, just 18 points for just
18. If she's 18 and 11, that's MIP. But I think they're winning a lot of games. If she's averaging 18 and 11, and Camilla's even averaging anything close to that, because they're going to literally dominate. I think they're going to dominate this year. And then you got shooters, actual shooter around you with, Ariel. That's what they wanted, 3-point shooter. Kia, Ariel, and even Vandersloot can shoot the three. That's all they was working on, her shooting. And you were a healthy Rebecca Allen off the bench, shooting as well. And then Michaela can throw some threes in there too. Man, this thing gonna be good.
You also got to add in the fact that they didn't have guards last year, and now they got
had no guards. Yeah, no actual point guard either.
That's what I'm talking about. They didn't have a point guard, and now they got one of the greatest of all time. Giving them the ball. So,
and I think they're gonna draft one of their teammates. It'll either be Haley or Pow or Bree Hall. So I think they're gonna draft one because they know how to win. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna draft one of their teammates. I'll be fine with Pow and Bree Hall. That would be awesome. I'll take that. And keep both of them. They both make the roster. Because Pow is a scorer. She can score a different way. She's efficient. And Bree Hall is your defender who can also score if you need her to. But she'll get on that best. She'll get on because she was guarding Caitlin too last year in their championship game. She had her hand all in her face. Make sure she ain't going nowhere.
I don't know.
So you multiple defenders, you throwing at somebody, that's a good thing to have. Like, hey, I got another defender to throw at you. You throw multiple defenders. They don't know what to expect. Matter of fact, long, lengthy defenders that know how to play in, high octane situations, a crowd yelling, the cameras is everywhere. Like, oh, I'm used to this. Let's go. What that mean? You want someone that's not going, what case I say, turn the gizmo when the lights turn off. And that's why I'm like, I don't want lots, and I want somebody that's been there, that performed in on that stage. Like Angel ain't afraid of none of that. Camilla ain't either. Like, oh, I did this. I want to win. I'm ready for this. Courtney, been there. Ariel, been there. Won a championship.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying?
See, Camilla thought like I thought. Her mom went to Janiyah Barker. So we on the same page. I wouldn't have wanted Janiyah Barker.
So she said Janiyah Barker. Oh, I stopped away. Yeah. I thought she meant Janiyah. I don't like her, but I like Sarah. Okay. Come on, T. Carmel. We don't need you to get it together. That I play with other star players. What you mean? You gotta have the right system. It's not about playing with star players. It's about having the right system.
A lot of fun and good times as a child.
What'd you say, Mo 3?
What?
You said something about fun and good times.
Yeah, I don't know who he talking to.
I'm talking to somebody else. My bad.
I don't know who he talking to.
I ain't know what's going on.
I said, what? Where is that going?
My bad. I forgot to mute myself.
But I would love to get a Pow and a Bree Hall, man. That'd be pretty good. Or I don't think they're gonna get two guards. If they get Pow, they're not getting HBL. So I think they're gonna go guard forward or forward guard or forward. But I think they want height. They want length.
Shoot, Sarah Ashley Barker and Bree Hall.
Yeah. So Sarah Ashley Barker, was she 6 feet, right? Was she 6 feet? I think she's 6 feet.
6 feet, yeah.
But yeah. But I definitely let's get Bree Hall at the 16th pick, get another defender, championship defender at that.
And let me remind people of Bree Hall because sometimes we forget. It's okay.
Yeah, they be forgetting. Yeah, you gotta let them know.
Sometimes we forget. 45 points.
Who 45 points?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who got 45 points?
you ain't see that game? Oh, okay.
Who got 45 points? Wow, really, Brooke?
It's on the screen right now.
She not Gardner.
You said what?
You said that like she Gardner. I don't see her Gardner.
Like who guarding? What are you talking about?
Actually, I don't know who guarding her. It ain't Bree Hall.
Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with Bree Hall. I just said Sarah Ashley Barker has 45.
You said speaking of Bree Hall, let's remind the people.
My pick.
I said speaking of Sarah. Maybe I did say Bree Hall. I meant saying
you did say Bree Hall. That's all. I'm like, what?
Oh no, I was talking about Sarah Ashley Barker.
Yeah, you just confused the mess out of me. I didn't know what you was talking about.
Yeah, nah, she dropped 45 on Alabama.
Yeah, she was
on Maryland.
She was going off.
So you imagine half
45,
of this,
but 45 in the L though.
That's true, but her teammates decided to foul out. Like what the
fuck?
She was out there by herself.
Her teammate did definitely foul out.
Aaliyah 9, Zay Green fouled out on her. Like she out there by herself.
Yeah, literally by herself.
Yeah, that's why she got 45.
Nah, she was when they was in the game.
45 before that.
No, but what I'm saying, when they was in the game, she was like the go-to player.
I know what you're saying. I was just. Anyways, I want to change.
He's trying to pour water on your fire. I know you're trying to light her and look, gaslighter. He like, nah, let me put that water out. He's a super skeptic.
I want to change my pick. I don't want Maddie Westbell anymore.
Okay.
Who you want?
I want Destiny Adams.
Oh, I've been talking about her.
You want to know who nobody talking about?
I've been mentioning her.
You want to know who nobody talking about though? Like that's a stretch for fucking the girl on fucking Michigan.
Who?
What's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta look
you weren't talking about her.
I've seen like 1 or 2 Michigan games this year.
Matter of fact, I got you. I'm gonna just play it because you want to know why they had a good game too. Audie Crooks, and her, they had a good game. So look, this Audie Crooks, he dropped like 28, and this girl right here, Jordan.
I only seen 2 games with it. And
well, look at Jordan Hobbs though. Y'all keep talking about Maddie Westbell. I don't know. Jordan Hobbs got busy in this game. Now I do think Maddie Westbell is overall better than her. I'll just be clear, but nobody talking about this girl, and she is stretch for too. And she a senior.
Did Destiny Adams, did she declare? Because I know the reason why she still went to transfer to Rutgers was to stay close to her family. So I saw that story. I looked her up.
Yeah, she didn't declare, but they got a good amount of time.
No, I think she probably automatically declared if she only had 4 years. If she didn't have a COVID year.
She's a senior, so I'm pretty sure she don't have another year of eligibility.
Okay, cool.
What you want to ask though, Multi? I think you want to ask a question a second ago.
No, I just wanted to change my pick.
Oh, change your pick. That's what you said. I thought you were saying change the subject.
No, hell no. Change the subject. It's your show. You talk about whatever you want to talk
about. We having a conversation. You can change the subject.
Change your shit.
Yeah, CPT is pregnant. She on the training camp invite. Yeah, but Jordan Hobbs get busy though. That just reminded me about her when y'all was talking about Maddie Westbelt.
So I'm trying to look up Destiny Adams.
Yeah, cause she a big that could
Yeah,
play
Destiny
big
Adams. Right.
and she could shoot.
Yes,
The
Destiny
only
Adams.
knock on her
Yeah.
was her free throws, and she tightened that up.
Oh, okay, good. Adams. Adams.
Yeah, she's like what? She like 6'3".
Yep.
She played good defense. She snatched hella boards.
She got a triple double. One of her last game, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let's look at with Tanaya Lotson. Just get the ball and shoot it. What you said, Nate? Did the LSU? Look what she did to LSU. Give me that.
Yeah, she thought she was out there by herself. That's why they lost.
Give me that. In your face. Watch how she look. I don't think they're gonna show it. When she came down court, she was staring at Flash.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Because I do think she feel like she's better than Flage, and
Yeah,
it's not just she feel like she better. She feel like she's so much better that it's not even close. So
yeah,
why people talking about her and not her?
yeah. And you got to remember too, they from the same draft
Yeah,
class, so it's
yeah.
like she looking at her like, nah, like you my pair. Fuck all
Hold
that.
on,
You only.
didn't they play together in high school?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think they did.
So that's why, to me, it makes sense that she's trying to go to a team to beat Flage. So Texas is a good pick. I could see her going to Texas and play with Maddie Booker and create something there.
I don't know. I don't remember if it's the same high school, but I remember them playing on the same team. I don't know. Maybe it was
She will be a problem on the
All
sky,
American.
yo.
Maybe it was the All American team. I don't know, but I remember them playing on the same team.
Tanaya Lawson will be a problem on the sky. I don't know what Neat talking about.
She didn't declare, but she was definitely a senior this year.
Who? Destiny.
Destiny. Yeah, I was trying to see if I can
Yeah,
find it. She didn't declare, but she was a senior.
yeah,
So they like if there's no eligibility left, they automatically become eligible for the draft,
yeah. That's
whether
what I
they
was saying.
declare or not.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if she has another year of eligibility, but I know for sure she's a senior though.
Look, there she go right there. I'm playing the highlights for you.
Okay.
Okay. From the three,
she got a shot. She a stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, she a stretch three. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. She could stretch the floor, and
listen,
she
man, we
she
partying.
can play down low too.
It's the weekend, Gamble. We partying, man.
And look at
say
that.
why y'all ninjas?
Taking people off the dribble from
We
the three.
talking basketball, son. Look at that. Ooh.
Look at that.
She could definitely. She'd be a good backup. Yeah, I'll take her. I'll take her with the 16th pick.
Look at that. Look at the moves.
Okay.
And she be snatching hella boards, bro.
Yeah, she be definitely snatching boards.
She like a light skinned angel.
Stupid. Look at that. Her threes look nice, man. That's crazy.
And she got a nice midi too.
Yeah.
You still talking about basketball?
Wow. Wow.
Wait, do I got? Oh, that's not it. Oh no, I don't got it.
What?
He looking for the broom.
I thought I might have had it. I don't got it. So yeah, that's destiny. Yeah, I wouldn't mind her on the sky.
Yeah, because Jeff be looking when we don't be looking. Because when he was like, when he went at the 13th pick, when he got what was her name? Yeah, Brenna Maxwell, the best 3-point shooter out of Gonzaga. I was like, okay, Jeff, all right. And then she jacked up her knee. I was like, dang. Well, so much for that.
Even though people think 2 is high for her, just fit. Just talking about fit, do you think this is a pick that Seattle should be looking for?
I mean, I don't think they got no choice now because I think they thought Olivia was coming out or Flau'jae, and neither one of them come out. So who you trade? I mean, it's either that or trade the pick or Malonga.
No, but I'm not even talking about does it make sense for them to get her? I'm talking about for what they lacking. Remember you said they never replaced Drew Lloyd. So I'm saying fit wise, just fit.
Yeah, she'll fit. It won't be year one. You know what I'm saying? Like I think she'll do good because she'll be surrounded by Nneka and Skylar, but everybody else hurt. Nika's hurt. Jordan Horston's hurt. I mean, you got Gabby. Long as they don't bully her. You know what I'm saying? Long as they don't bully her. But Skylar will. But I know Skylar actually loves Sonya. She was bragging on Sonya.
I was about to say, that's from her. That's her baby.
Yes, Notre Dame. She was loved. That's when Angel was asking her about the Notre Dame play. She's like, Olivia's good too. She's like, well, she loves Sonya can do this. Sonya can do that. So I think, yeah. So Sonya would actually do good in Seattle. She won't score 20 points a game, but yeah, she'll definitely fit.
And then I don't know how the WNBA
go out there and defend.
And then I don't know how the WNBA works because I only seen one draft. Actually, I seen multiple drafts as I went back and watched other drafts. But I know in the NBA, if a player shouldn't go at a certain spot, what they'll do is they'll still pick another player who they feel like go at that spot, and then later on they'll make that trade. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe Sonya don't go to, but maybe they trade. Seattle will trade for her.
Trade down like Michigan. I mean, not Michigan. Geez, the Mystics or something. Yeah, to like the 6th pick or the 4th pick.
Yeah.
But she can definitely fit. That's why I said, and I stand by it, that the Sky will has a better roster than the Seattle Storm. Who Seattle got? Skylar, old. She still plays good, but she's 35.
I mean, we got
Nneka, 35. She's the only one. She's the oldest one, though.
No, I know. I'm joking. I'm just saying you can't look at Skylar and say old, then look at Sloot and don't say the same shit. Like that's
Sloot's definitely old. She's like a year behind Skylar. But she old too. You know what I'm saying? When you're a guard, your career can go up, last a little longer. But Nneka, she slowed down some. She said she want to keep playing. She's 35. And Gabby, she's 30, but she plays like she's 36.
Mo, you know what Tika Miller talking about? She talking to you, Mo 3. I know you over there.
What she said? Look up what?
I know you over there. I know you over there.
Oh, we have no idea. I don't know what she's talking about. She said, look it up. Let us know.
I know you over there thinking about your amazing childhood.
Oh, she asked me to look up something, but what she want me to look up though? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, that's what I was asking you. She said your name. She ain't say my name. She said Mo 3.
Yeah, she said Mo 3. Yeah. Said look it up, Mo 3.
It was the AAU team.
AAU team.
She probably
Lawson and Flau'jae.
Yeah, Lawson and Flau'jae.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that. I remember them playing on being teammates on some team. I just couldn't remember what team it was. That's what I was saying. Like before college, I knew that I felt like they. For some reason, it was. I just have a memory of them being teammates. I knew I wasn't tripping.
I don't know what you talking. I like King on the links. What are you talking about? King on the links. I like King on the links. You're not talking about King from Notre Dame, right? She's not eligible. Is she? I don't know what she's talking about. King on the links.
No idea.
This the draft sleepers review. Just to draft sleepers review. Just to draft.
You think the people so Gamble, you think the people that we're talking about are sleepers in the draft? You don't think these are like real deal ballers? Like these are surprises?
Their hoops isn't accurate. Yes.
Oh, okay, she did. So Destiny Adams has declared for the WNBA 2025 draft
Oh, she did. When did she do that?
today. Draft
Oh,
declaration. Adams has. I'm looking at it right now.
okay, makes
Draft.
sense.
Adams has officially declared her eligibility for the 2025 NBA draft.
All right, Jeff P.
Zion,
Let's make it happen, Jeff.
Well,
But
Zion.
I ain't gonna cap though. With the season she had, she might not make it to our picks, man.
I think she will because she wasn't there talked about.
I can't keep doing that though, because it's like we say that about a lot of players. It's only 10 spots. Like, how many players is going before? You know what I mean?
No. But I'm saying it's 10 spots, but our first pick is at 16. Oh no.
First pick at 10. No, our first pick at 10.
We still got the 10. We still got the 10. All right, yeah. Okay. But the reason I said that is because
they taking Destiny at 10 though.
Another, that's what I'm saying. Because we Destiny is not a need; it's a nice to have. I
still think we need a backup for Angel.
A need is a point guard. We need a point guard.
But
we have a point guard. We don't have a backup for Angel.
You not the coach, Nate.
We have a point guard.
Huh?
I said it's nice. I said it's nice that you feel like that, but you not the coach.
Who's gonna be the backup for Michaela? She not no 4.
Hey,
she's a 6 foot stump.
Hey, that's
come on, man. Stop that.
The coach said. Came from. Oh, she a senior. Okay. So you like her on the links? Okay.
I think King would fit in on the links.
Cool.
Yeah, fitting on the bench.
Leah King. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she gonna fit in on the bench. That's what she gonna.
Y'all finish here. She gonna have straight splinters.
Y'all know. What's her name? Cheryl
Reeve. Yeah, she ain't playing nobody. Hey, if she don't add nobody or play her rookies, because they didn't add nobody in free agency or trade, then if she just goes to the playoffs with that same squad and not add anybody, they're losing again. Because New York was like, hey, we won, we want to win another one, so we're gonna double up. Sorry, we're gonna double up.
You gotta have Maya more talent to start in Minnesota to be a rookie.
She only starts exceptional rookies. If you're not exceptional, she ain't starting you.
Hey, do you think I don't think she would have played Angel. I think she would have probably had no choice. She probably would have cut Angel.
I think Diamond
just because,
especially in transition, Diamond is pretty good.
Nah, that's one thing with Cheryl. She won't cut you. She'll just sit you on the bench.
Yeah, just sit you. Alyssa Peely got in there shooting threes.
They added
Bandini. Immediately right back to the bench.
They added a French player to the team.
Who?
Her name is like
Minnesota.
Bedini or some shit like that.
Hey, so who you think Emma Mason gonna sign with? Because they said she's trying to wait. She want to be in a big city. Well, she was in Chicago, but then she wanted to be away from. It was weird. She moved to Chicago, which is a big city, but then moved somewhere that was away from the city. Tell me how that makes sense.
She just wanted to get away.
Make sense
from the garbage that Chicago was. Remember, everybody.
Chicago ain't garbage.
Now,
dude, that's what we was competing for a title. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
A lot of players didn't like Chicago organization, man. They like, man.
Dude, she was playing for the Sky. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
When she was on the team.
That's what I'm saying. She wanted to get away from there.
No, she didn't. You're not making no sense. Be quiet, Mopper.
You said she moved away to some other place, right? Away
no,
from the city.
That was her choice. That was her choice. That was her choice. I'm talking about her choice. I'm talking about living in the city. It ain't got nothing to do with the organization. If she don't have nothing to do with the organization, she wouldn't sign with the team. You're not making no sense. Okay,
Bruh,
I don't need you to put a cap on your negativity and your pessimism because that didn't make no sense. I don't like this organization, so I'm gonna sign with them and move out of town. That made no sense. What up the kid or something? That don't make no sense. Okay, basura. So that was dumb. So I'm saying the fact that she said when I was in Chicago, I was in the middle of nowhere. That was your choice. You pick your spot. Like you see what Angela in the middle of the city. She on live hearing sirens. She know where she want to be. And she on live. What's going on over there? Like you pick your spot.
I think she just
He
bought a
gonna
new
say,
house.
man, but
Right?
I was in the middle of nowhere. You picked that spot.
I think Angel bought a house too, right? She just told her
She said when
mom.
she come back, she gonna get a house. But she was in a condo. Yeah, she's in a condo.
No, I think she bought it already because she told her mom on her birthday. She was like, "You could come stay with me."
Yeah, she got a house.
Yeah, she paid off her mortgage. She paid off her mom's mortgage. Yeah.
No.
She's like, when you come visit Chicago, you come to my house. Yes, I have a house when I go to Chicago. But she had a condo before last year. That's what I'm saying. She had a condo. And then you find it hilarious, y'all, that whenever she said something and you could tell she was literally being sarcastic and joking, people made whole podcasts about what she said, about about living above her means and how much money. She's literally a millionaire. She's literally a millionaire.
Hey, Nate.
And Cameron, they're like, oh man, that's crazy. You living above your means. She's literally being sarcastic. Clowns, man.
Hey, Nate, look at some of your Citron dribbling. She need to work on his dribbling, man.
Come on, bro. I say being now you've been super sarcastic.
You need to work on it. That's what people were saying early in the season. They said her dribbling, she not dribbling the ball right.
Come on, you can't pay attention to that, man.
That was a pass.
They're obviously not watching basketball. They obviously don't watch basketball.
People who don't watch college basketball, they be thinking players like Angel.
Look at that shot. Boom.
They don't know. What they don't know is that Angel was the biggest thing in college, not Caitlin.
She was.
NIL deal. She was a multi-millionaire from already in college.
That's a fact. I just did a video about that.
She already had like 2 million followers. Like she was way bigger than Caitlin in college.
I heard about Angel way before I heard about Caitlin.
Hey, Mo3, I got a video title. You know this made them mad. I got a video title. Angel Reese is part of the reason.
I know. I watched it 4 times.
Yeah. So you know that made them mad.
Yeah, that made them mad. Yeah. And you know what made them mad too? Probably because of the person who was in the video that you was playing in that video that you did.
Oh yeah, Eric Stone. Hell yeah.
Yeah. They gonna I know they call them all types of names.
Yeah. And I like
race trader.
Shout out to Eric Stone. He dope. But look, I love the fact that he put the data in there. So it's like they could be mad all they want. The data is right there.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
That's it, man.
I just thought that was wild. Like Cameron and Mace talking about the fact that Angel said she living above means and people need to be around her. She's literally joking. I can't believe y'all ran with that.
They just saw the clip. They saw a clip.
Yeah,
they saw.
They need to see the whole thing then.
Most people,
come on, be like Stephen A. When she was joking about when she turned off her because she's going to do the Vogue cover, and they thought she shut off her Instagram and everything because of her outfit. Man, please, she literally, and that's another thing K-Sap brought up. Like y'all tripping about her being in a one piece, and Sophie be out here almost butt naked. Ain't nobody saying nothing about her. Mm-hmm. That's because she ain't got nothing back there.
Yep.
But that's the
does nobody want to look at her?
When Angel wore that open back dress, they was talking all this mess. But then Caitlyn wore open back dress and nobody said nothing.
Said a word because it was like a straight line wearing dress.
You want to know what it is? I was in one of the
it's like a stick figure put a dress on.
You know who it is because you was in there with him on one time. 03, the guy who came to K-Sap's page. What's his name? I forget his name. But anyway, I was reading.
Booby?
Nah,
Goody.
what's his
I
name?
know
I forget his
I'm
name.
jacking his name up on purpose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So look, I'm reading the comments because he did a video about that, and he was trying to defend Angel Reese. He was like, "Oh no, if you have a problem with one person, you gotta have a problem with everybody." His comments was like, "Come on, you know that is different. You know when Angel
You
does it,
talking about the white buddy that's married
yeah,
to the black
Yeah,
girl?
that's all. I wasn't saying his name on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
They comment,
Nah, I fucks with him because he's fair.
nah,
No, he not.
he not.
No, he not.
Well. Okay, he became fair.
Nah, he
How
not.
about that?
No, he not.
He became.
I don't want to say
No.
say anything on this when we speak privately. I'll tell you some more information you don't know. But
Yeah, definitely not.
this is not even about him. He was his chat is funny because like all the trolls they was in his chat talking about it's different. When she does it, talking about Sophie. She's doing it because it's a job and she's modeling. When Angel does it, she's looking for attention. I'm saying, like, what? These people really believe the bullshit. They really believe they own bullshit, bro. They
Sophie was in a bikini drunk. Like, what y'all talking about?
Just said, "Yo, with Angel, nah, she just looking for attention, and she's this and she's that, and just the way she dresses. When Sophie does it."
That doesn't even make no sense. Angel is dressed like that at actual modeling events that she gets invited to by the people by the events. Like people hosting the events. Like where the hell is Sophie modeling at?
Right. Or it'd be a fucking holiday, like fucking Halloween. It'd be fucking New Year's, right? She'll get dressed up or whatever. They acting like this is how she walk around every day. No. You never had a girl before. Your girl ain't never like get dressed up for an event. Like, come on,
man. All that thing that Angel does, it is the reason for. The only thing that Angel did dress that I was like, I didn't really like it because it's like is the wilding out thing. I think that was a little eccentric, but it's whatever, man. She's young. She's not allowed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm saying other girls her age, and that's why I agree with you. She young. Other girls her age do that. Like a lot of women do that. So it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like you want to know what it is, Mo 3? These people judge her as if that she's their daughter. So then they start looking at her like a father, which is weird. And then or they judge her like she's supposed to be married. And it's like she's supposed to be a 50-year-old married woman and she's supposed to walk around like that. She's neither. She's a 22-year-old girl living her life.
Young. She's young, single. So I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And the times we live into, I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? She'll learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey. But other than that, I don't have no problem with the other stuff because there's a rhyme and a reason for that. All that other stuff is actual work. Like she's actually work. She's getting paid to show up at these events. She ain't just out here like Sophie just giving away the milk for free.
Right.
What the hell?
Out for the count. He laid down. You laid down. No, you laid down. You thought you could lay down and pie. You thought you could
something. I was looking at something and it caught me by surprise. I was like, "Damn, what was that?"
You could lay down and pie. Nah.
Dang, there you go. Caught me by surprise.
Now you gotta sit up and throw some water on your face. Nah, but
look, I just got off work. I'm tired. All right.
No. I ain't mad at you. Listen, it's late night anyway. Listen, we having a good time, but we 3 hours and I think it's a good time. Listen, everybody that came through, do me a favor, hit the like button if you didn't already. I think everybody in here subscribe to the channel, but if you're not, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody on the panel. Nate, Mo 3, Mikachu. I think that was it. I don't think nobody else was on the panel today. Oh, bro, steady serving.
Bro,
Shout out to Bro Claude. Listen, man. Definitely, I'm gonna be more consistent with these lives from now on. Let me let y'all know my schedule. My schedule is this. I don't think it's gonna change. The perspective with 80s baby. I should be going live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from now on. On Thursdays, I do a podcast with B and AD called Women's Roundup. And then on Sundays, I do a podcast with Mikachu and Nate. And Nate called
Got my name.
No. I was just making sure I got everything right. Called WNBA Weekly. All podcasts should be at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Sunday, the days that I mentioned, all at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm gonna try to be more consistent doing these lives. Mo 3 is a special guest. You know what I mean? If you wanna Mo 3, if you want to start doing the show, talk to me.
The pessimist.
Or if you want to join the show. If you want to join the show, like say if you want to join Sundays or something like that with me, Nate and Mikachu, let me know, and then I find out from them because apparently Nate don't like everybody. Like, apparently we can't just add anybody to the show because Nate be having issues with people. Apparently,
Nah, you just gotta be aware, man. You know,
I'm just joking. But yeah, if you want to join one of the shows, Mo, let me know, and we definitely add you to the group chat. Because yeah, we definitely need Mo 3, man. I'll be forgetting because Mo 3, you know, he gotta be different. So we all on Instagram.
yeah, I gotta throw wild on there.
I gotta remember to find Mo 3 on Discord every time I do a show. So sometimes I forget it. Good thing he subscribed though, because he be popping up. But I'll be like,
hey, we doing a draft show.
Yeah, yeah, we could definitely do that. We also since we got to do a show on Sunday, we got to recap the game.
Okay.
Gotta make sure we recap the game, and we should recap the whole tournament. Really, we should do a tournament recap since that'll be the end. So we should work on that.
The whole tournament, all 64 teams.
I mean, not all 64 teams, but just like the things that stood out. Like I still got things in mind from round one. Like I said, I'm gonna always sing what's the girl name? Just from is it Princeton, the Ivy League school?
Harvard. Harmony Turner.
Turner.
Yeah,
So
she declared
like
too.
Man.
She declared for the draft too.
Yeah, but stuff like that, I'm gonna still because you know she went out in round one, so we could talk about just like stuff that we remember from round one, round two, and then
how tall is she? I heard they was messing up her height. They was lying about her height.
Oh, if she ain't lying, I don't know. I know she's 5'10".
5'10". Okay.
Yeah.
They lie about everybody height.
Yeah, but we could do that. We could do some draft shit on Sunday. That's a cool show, Mo, if you want to fuck with it.
I'll be watching. I'm always watching. I just don't. Sometimes the reason I don't be in the comments or say anything is because sometimes I watch it on my TV or on my Switch.
Right.
And his takes be horrible.
I can't.
He's probably gonna be like, Paige Becker should be number one.
No, but the issue, Mo 3, because you don't have IG, right?
No.
Okay, so that's the issue because we got a group, so we discuss like topics and stuff like that in the IG. So that's what I'm saying. If you had an IG, then we could just add you to the group chat and shit. So if you want to make one just for that, you know, let me know. I'll add you to the group chat.
I don't know, man.
I think it's April 14th. If I looked it up, if I remember it correctly, look it up for me. I think it was
draft?
April 14th.
Draft, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's either April 14th or 16th. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I looked it up. I think it's the
14th. Yep.
Yeah.
It's 14th. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 14th.
Oh, you was just asking in general to do. I thought you was talking about a mock draft. So you were saying, should we go live for the actual draft?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I don't care. What day is it for on?
Oh yeah, let me check that out. Yeah, let me check first before I try to volunteer.
Because then we just have to if you want to do it depends on what show you want to do.
That's on a Monday.
Okay, so if you want to do it on a weekly on the WNBA show, then we just have to do that on a different day. You know, we'll do that on that Monday or whatever the case may be. If you want to do it on,
Why they doing the draft on a Monday?
Yeah, that's crazy. Straight Monday.
But yeah, man, this was a good show. We're gonna wrap it up. I
They need to
appreciate
change that
everybody.
picture. They got Olivia Miles on their advertisement. They need to change that.
I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Like I said, if you ain't like yet, like the channel, subscribe. And I appreciate everybody for rocking out with us. Hopefully we entertained you guys talking a little bit of basketball. You got any last words, Mo 3 and 8? Appreciate you, T. Camilla. You got any last words, Mo 3 and 8?
Man,
Go ahead, Mo 3.
I just not really, man. Because what I gotta say gotta go start a whole another show now.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, is it gonna be entertaining? It's a question. We could cover.
Who's gonna be in it? How about that? Does Kiki not in it? Who else not in it? It's some players in it. I want to know if it's definitely Destiny. I want to know who's in it. How about that? I want to see who's in it first. It's like a combine, so it's like to show off their skills.
Probably not. Then I'm be honest with you. We're probably Sella's not in it. She said that she's passing on it to recover from an injury. So that I know. I did see that report. But we'll probably cover it after the fact. We probably won't cover it.
Yeah, probably could do a post game. Yeah. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Because I want to see who's in it first.
Yeah.
I know some players want to try and get their draft.
But we could if y'all want to. Well, no, tomorrow is Saturday. So that's my off day. I'm gonna be with my girl tomorrow. I was thinking tomorrow was Sunday. But yeah, we could we'll probably talk about it on Sunday.
He said his pillow talk is scheduled for Saturdays.
Oh, that's a fact. You got happy. You got to keep the. You know what I mean? My girl, stupid. I told her. I forgot what I was watching, but some said you're supposed to say happy house, happy spouse now instead of happy wife, happy life. She said, "Fuck that." She said, "It's still happy wife, happy life."
Yeah, I always say the same thing.
So you got to keep the home happy. You feel me? You gotta have your time. Keep the home happy. Everything else is good. So Saturdays is wifey time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Facts. But Sunday we could cover whatever. But
cool.
Yeah, everybody got their last words and shit.
Yeah, man.
Who's your pick for the championship?
Uconn.
I think I got Uconn. I won't be surprised if South Carolina pull it off, but I got Uconn.
I got South Carolina because of Bree Hall and figuring. So yeah, I got South Carolina.
Well, South Carolina one is gonna be because of Joyce Edwards,
yeah,
and Fawali.
That's what I'm gonna say. Joyce Edwards, Jesus. Joyce Edwards and Snia Fagan, and their defenders. I think Joyce Edwards is gonna have another good game. Joyce and Pow and Tessa. So I think it's gonna be, you gotta have multiple people. So I think Joyce, Pow, and Tessa Thompson will lead them to the championship. MVP would be Joyce Edwards.
You're gonna see if South Carolina win, it's gonna be because of their defense, like it was last year.
Yep.
So
Chloe Kitts better do something.
Listen, like I said, it's two good storylines. So I'm not gonna be surprised. Like either it's a win-win.
That's true. Yeah, it's a win-win. Yeah.
South Carolina wins. You got Don repeating. You got the young girls repeating, and
first repeat since. Yeah, who was the last time to repeat? UConn.
Yeah, I think UConn. Gino since 2016, right?
Yep, 2016. Mm-hmm.
And then if
that was more than a repeat. That was 4 in a row.
Right.
Well, you know what I mean. Right. That was a domination.
And then if UConn wins, you got
Paige winning her first championship.
Paige going off with a chip to the WNBA. So, and that's probably a bigger story because, you know, the WNBA starts right away. So they're gonna, if she wins, they gonna carry that. That's gonna be like, oh, just won the natty. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna just trickle down. So
Yeah.
That's
And if
another
Pow
reason why
Pow
I
wins
think
it,
they might win.
she had two.
I think they might put the call in and be like, "Hey, man,
yo, listen,
That's
we need
messed up
this.
because I don't disagree. I
Yo,
don't
we need
disagree.
no,
this.
I'm
Especially
serious,
for the
man.
page, Caitlin. Yo, we need this.
Yeah, man. I think they're gonna I think they're gonna say, "Hey, UConn should win." But if you they like, listen, man, it's like I feel like they're gonna do UConn like they did the Liberty, like the Liberty. Yo, you should win. But
If we
if
get
it
down
gets
close, we're gonna
sticky,
make sure.
if
Yeah.
yeah, if it gets sticky, we're gonna make some bogus calls and make sure you
Listen,
win.
the funny thing you say that, Moto, they did that last year with that bogus fucking moving screen that wasn't a moving screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made sure she went to the title
They
game.
were supposed to beat Iowa, and they did some bullshit. I'm like, what the hell?
They said they put the call in. It's too close.
Yeah, they put the
It's
call in.
getting
Like,
too
hold up,
close.
we can't have Paige beating her. No. And they thought it was gonna be a short thing because the year before, they Iowa beat so they thought they was gonna beat. They like, oh shit, it's an easy natty now. We got the same team we watched last year. We gonna watch them again.
It was a different South Carolina team. Camilla said,
Not 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night. Stay blessed.
All right.
You heard?
All right, later.